Hey, folks, it's Dave here, and welcome to Dave's birthday game night. Had a fun day driving around New England today. I met up with Al, Red Sox fan, this morning. We had coffee and breakfast, and then that was a fun time. He had a nice little spread for us. He had some really good coffee. I don't know what coffee that was, but I enjoyed the coffee very much. I gave him a couple things I had for him, so I'll let him show that off on his channel, or you can check the Digital to Dice Facebook group and see what was going on with that. But we had a nice little breakfast and chat, and then I stopped off at some friend's house that we used to go to hockey games with. And it's been a while since we've seen them. I think it's been 7 years, they said, that since we've been over their house. We talked to them once in a while. We used to see them at the games, but it's been a while since we hung out. So we went over and hung out with them. So it was just a fun day. I took the day off and just went out and saw some people. It was me, the wife, and the one remaining dog that went out on the road with us. And she's exhausted. She really was, because each place had a big dog, and she's only this big. So she had a fun time there, looking at the big dogs. And so she slept all the way home. It really was. It was a crazy day for her. But anyway, thanks for coming by here, Cleveland baseball fan. Thank you so much, Barbara. Thank you so much. So yeah, it was just a good time. Just I'm right in the middle of like 6 or 7 days off from actual work stuff. I'm still doing some stuff. It never ends, but I don't have to go to the rink at least for another few more days. So having fun with that. I think we're having Easter here tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. And so what we're going to do here tonight is I thought I got a whole bunch of things set up here ready to go. I don't know how many I'll do, how much I'll do, what I'll do. I don't know if I'll just chat or if I'll play or whatever. But I just want to just kind of cap off my night with some fun, because I come home and I was driving all day. I had a lot of driving today. And so I come home and just passed out. And it was so hot out today. Oh, my gosh. The other day when I was in Connecticut, and it was like 38 degrees, and I was freezing. And then today, it was in the 80s. No joke. It was in the 80s today. I come home, the house was like burning up. We're opening windows and putting on the fans and the ACs. What a twist. What a twist in weather it has been. So anyway, I just invite you to come by and hang out tonight. I got a few things I want to do here on the channel tonight. We're just going to just have a good night here. Jim, thanks for coming by, Jim. And Thomas coming by, and David C. As always, good to see everybody here. So let's start off here. First off, Barbara said it was 75 out with her. Oh, Joe, it's funny, Barbara. I almost shared this on Facebook, but I didn't. There's a friend of mine that, I shouldn't say a friend of mine, someone that I knew a long time ago that played roller hockey, and I think he's in New Jersey or New York. Anyway, he said his brother was selling his place, and he put like a listing of it, and it was right in your neighborhood. It was hilarious. I think it was your town, your area, and I was like, what are the chances he's selling a house right up by you? I thought it was kind of funny. Jeff comes by. Thank you, Jeff. And Andrew, thanks for coming. There was on Facebook today, there was like 4 or 5 people that I know on Facebook that had birthdays. Say Dave Little has a birthday today. That Dave Little has a birthday today. And there was a couple of guys that play in my my hockey league that had birthdays too. So it's a crazy day. All righty. I'm not sure where it was in New Jersey, Barbara, but this guy said his brother was selling a house and it was right in your town. I was like, wow, that's like it just stuck out to me as, that particular town, and I don't know what kind of house it was or whatever it was, but happy birthday from Montana, Joe Montana, Bro Montana. Thank you so much, David. All right, the first thing we're going to do here today is part of the extravaganza. Yeah, if I find that listing, I'll send it to you, It doesn't have enough candles on. I know. I had 2 cakes today. Al had a cake for me. I couldn't believe it. He pulled out a cake. So we had cake for breakfast. And then a couple hours later, we were having lunch at our other friend's house, and they pull out a cake. It's like, okay, last year I had no cakes. This year I get 2 cakes. What do I do next year? What's on the docket for next year, right? So anyway, all right, let's go overhead and let's see what we got here. So we have a package. We have an unboxing. How about that? So on my birthday, I have an unboxing, so I gotta clean my glasses here. And I think I just made it worse. You ever do that? Clean your glasses and make it worse? Yeah, that's what we do all the time. Yeah, it was a new high score. Yeah, the wife's yelling at me. She's like, "What are you doing eating all this stuff?" I'm like, "That's my birthday. I know. I got to get back on the wagon and get better." But anyway, let's see what we have here in this little package today. And I'm kind of hoping it's what I think it is. And yeah, there it is. So we have some envelopes from Chris. So we have... Oh, we got a whole bunch here. So we have the 07-08 hockey season that I just picked up. Oh, these come out nice. And then I have 17-18. Let's see if I can fix that light for you a little bit. Probably not because it's got plastic on it. So I'll just put them in the middle. So 27-18. All right. So I'll put those away later. But I will take a look at these here because I have my 07-08 season right next to me. I want to put it, and I want to show you that Ovechkin card again. Alrighty, so we'll take out these cards here. Oh, incidentally, if you're going to Digital to DiceCon, I am bringing my extra set of 90-91 APA cards. So if anybody's interested in buying those or swapping for those, that's one thing I am bringing. I think I'm bringing a couple different things for the swap table, the sell table. But there's a long story behind that, but I have 2 sets of that season. Holy cow. I can't open this. There we go. All right, so those are the things here. All righty. Now, I have the teams here, so let me see if I can find some teams to put away. And I do you want to show that Ovechkin card. All right, so far I have not found anybody. Yeah, let's spread these out a little bit. Spread them out. Phoenix, Edmonton. I am not getting a good match here. This is like match game, and I'm losing viciously here. All right, so there's Edmonton. All right, so we can put away Edmonton here, right? So let's get in a little closer here. And yeah, we got the Canucks on here. Yes, we do. And Ray's going to test out a new microphone here. Yes, we will do that, Ray. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Maybe like tomorrow, either early tomorrow morning or tomorrow night might work. Parallel comes by. Thank you so much. So, again, I already went through these teams here, but I'm just going to put them away. I will take a look at the Ovechkin card, though, because that thing was filthy. That was the nastiest card I've ever seen. Okay, so we have Anaheim right on the top, right? So we'll do Anaheim as well. And I do need to do a double take when I put these away, because sometimes there's a card that slips away. And then if I get rid of these, then I don't have that card anymore. San Jose. Oh, here's San Jose over here. I played these the other night. I think it was San Jose and the Rangers. Wasn't that the game I played the other night? 07-08. This is kind of fun. This would be considered a ridiculously modern season for me. You know, as a guy that plays, 70s and 80s hockey almost exclusively, Andrew says, do I save the old envelopes? I did for a while, okay? I did for a while, and then I just got overwhelmed with so many. I had so many from baseball and hockey that I did finally get rid of a whole bunch of them. I still have a handful hanging around, but things I don't use them, So, and if I ever sold the set here, I would just give them these envelopes. I wouldn't give them the Apple envelopes. So I had several hundred APA envelopes hanging around. I was like, something? I think I'm gonna get rid of them. Let's see. Okay, here's Los Angeles. All right, I gotta make sure I keep checking for the stray card. Sometimes they do stick. So we're having some fun here. This is something I ordered from Chris. I ordered these right around the same time. I like them to arrive at the same time, if you will. All right, let's spread this out here and try to... All right, so that's Atlanta. So we have the Thrashers here. That's one team I don't think's ever landed on my tabletop, is the Atlanta Thrashers. So we'll see some Thrasher action. I do have them in the 2010-2011 season too. So I do have them somewhere else. Oh, what else do we have over here? Ottawa, Montreal. I did see Montreal in here. Here's Montreal right here. So we'll do Montreal next. And this is just something that I like to do. Again, I'm a very logo-centric guy. I've always liked my logos. I used to work with logos at work back in the day, and I always liked my logos. And so when I play these, I love having these. And when I go to pull out a team to play, I love seeing these. I really do. And I got some APA baseball I think I'm going to be playing tonight. And they have, like I say, what would you rather have? Would you rather have this or that? I mean, I just like having these, and I just don't have the time or the setup to print them. So, Chris says I'll print them for you. He has a nice little thing going, so I will take advantage of that. So again, these are just for me, and they're just kind of fun for me. That's what it is. All right, so we have. All right, I thought I saw. So we have the Islanders here. Now I see a couple of New Yorks over here. So let's see which one is which. So that is the Islanders. So we have Brian Barad. That would be Islanders. I do remember him. Any other Islanders here? Okposo, Mike Sillinger. Okay, there's a few guys here I would know. I don't know if they'll ever make the table, but they're here. And again, we're going to look at Ovechkin last because he was just ridiculous. Wow, look at all the teams here in this season. All right, so I did see Carolina over here. So we'll go Carolina. Again, not a big Carolina fan. I love the Whalers. I need to get there. I got two things on my list I want to do someday. Is I want to see a game in Hartford, and I want to see a game at Madison Square Garden. I was talking to Michael and my buddy Dalton, and of course my buddy Ray, and I think I'm gonna try to set them up that the four of us can go. Look at Danny Heatley and Alfredson on Ottawa. I should get Ottawa on the table. I want to get get four of us to get out and check out a Ranger game at some point. That's kind of one of my goals. Hartford probably a lot easier than going to New York, but at some point, I think it'd be fun to get down and check out a Rangers game. All right, so I'm almost done this, and then we'll get to some gaming action tonight. Again, this is all part of me, just kind of doing whatever it's here tonight. Okay, I did see Colorado over here. All right, so we have Colorado. All right. Okay. And David Lando comes by. Hi, David. Thank you so much. Just trying to enjoy the day. I just drove around today and visited people. Years ago, when I was a kid, Sundays we'd go visiting when we were kids, and we were like, we wanted to go out. Yeah, we wanted to play street hockey. We wanted to play wiffle ball, and going over people's houses and sitting there as a kid while the adults drank coffee and chatted was like the most boring thing. And I can't believe they made us do that as a kid. You just don't do that to a kid because you can't sit there and talk, because me and my brother were like fidgeting, and it's like, this sucks. It's like we just wanted to get out of there, and the adults were having a great time. So that's what I was doing today. I was doing the adult thing, just sitting there chatting, having a great time, and I couldn't imagine, being my 7 or 8 year old self like in that situation. It's like, man, just too antsy. Kids have too much energy. And we used to do that every Sunday. Well, not every Sunday, but a lot of Sundays we'd go and sit at people's house and watch my mother and my stepfather drink coffee with old people and talk about old times. And to them, they were probably having a time in their lives. Me, I was wasting my childhood. So we have Tampa Bay here. If I go to a game next year, Peter Laviolette will not be the coach. He was fired today, and the Anaheim coach was fired too. Well, that is interesting. All right, who do I have here? Okay, I've been looking at Vancouver for about an hour. Okay, we're going to put Vancouver away. Teams do that. They don't make the playoffs, and they panic, and that's what they do. Did we have a tradition of pot roast on a Sunday? No. we didn't have many traditions whatsoever, really. We just kind of, I don't know what we did, you know. I'm turning 25 again. Yes, 25 again. Yeah, we do what we can. So we didn't. Let's see. I'm trying to think what we had for dinner. We had my mother used to do the roast beef. I remember that. I remember she would have roast beef, and she had an electric knife. That was a big thing in the 70s. This electric knife, and she would I could still hear that to this day. Her cutting the roast beef for us there. It was all bloody and great, and with the potatoes, and all the food in the 70s I thought was really good. I really did. All right, so here's the penguins. Food nowadays is weird, isn't it? All right, so here's the penguins. And thank you so much here. So, Fenner, thank you so much. And David, thank you so much. And the Weissens, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just kind of putting away some things here. I am gonna play here tonight. I might even play for a while here tonight. The wife is upstairs sleeping because I went home and I got my nap in. We had a long day today. The dog slept all the way home, so she's wide awake now. And I'm like, oh, that's great. You're wide awake, so I guess I am too. So I'll probably be up for a while tonight. It's still kind of early here in my time. As I try to bang out somebody says, oh, we got the Bonnie Rubble. Look at that. We got the Bonnie Rubble haircut for the Buffalo Sabres. That's just great, isn't it? Maxim Afghanoff, I remember him. Yep. And DB comes by. Thank you so much, DB. And I'm trying to sort out what's next here. Okay, I have Nashville Predators, another team that I'll probably never, ever see the light of day in my channel. I'm just not a Nashville guy. I don't know why. Some teams just don't resonate with me whatsoever. You call that the Buffa Slug. Well, it could be. It is kind of a very weird logo here. All right, so I only got a few teams left, so I should be getting to the end of it here. So we have Columbus. I need to play Columbus. Did I hear second season? Yes, I watched Keith the other night on his thing. So they're talking about, doing a second season, right? They have the. I don't know if I have the first one or not. I tell you the truth, I don't remember if I have. I think I do. Now that I mention, I think I do have that first USFL season. So they're going to do a second one. So that is great. Alrighty, so pretty soon we can get down to some action here. I got a couple of games lined up. Like I say, I don't know how many I'll play, but again, it's just kind of a wide open chat here tonight. As I do an unboxing, and then I'm going to play some games. A couple of my favorite games here tonight, as I like to do. It's not going to be Apple football. I'll give you that spoiler alert. Yeah, Apple football won't be on the table tonight. I just figured I'd rather play a bunch of games tonight rather than just one game of Apple football. So that'll have to come up maybe Monday. Will it be an Apple football Monday? It might be Monday Night Football. Oh, that's what I should do. No, I'm not working Monday night. I took Monday night off, so there'll be a possibility of Monday Night Football. I should do that, right? I should quit my Monday night job and do Monday Night Football. Tell you more of this high leverage baseball. I can only tell you what I saw in the video. Mike has it. He unboxed it. We looked at it. There's a lot of charts. The book is like huge. I don't know. What did he say? It was 75 pages or something? It was like the rule book and the chart book was huge. It looks like he is like very thorough in his game. Now, I think he's coming to D2D-Con. I'm pretty sure he's coming to D2D-Con to show it off. So I'm kind of hoping he'll sit down with everybody and give us a good look at it. All right, I want to show you this right here. Okay, so let me kind of zoom in here. All right, so this is filthy. This is the filthiest card I've ever seen in Apple hockey. Look at this. There are 2 numbers he can get a coincidental penalty on, and 26 is the 14, which is, I think it's a turnover. Everything else is either 6 and there's a couple of 9s and an 8, but everything, like 1's are shots on net, automatic. 2's are pretty much shots on net. 3s, 4s, and 5s are possibly shots on net. Look at this card. Just about everything you roll is a shot on net for this guy. That is fun. That is like, that was so cool. When I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, that is nuts. That's going to be a fun team to play. You know? So I'm going to probably put them on the front here because I want to make sure that I remind myself to play that Ovechkin card. Just to get that on the table and see what happens is going to be super fun. Alrighty. So I'm going to put these away in my box here. I just reuse the Apple box is what I do. And hopefully they fit. This one will fit. They don't always fit. Sometimes they're stuffed right in there. Then you have these thick envelopes on there. It's like, oh boy. Okay, so we're in. All right, so that's the unboxing for the envelopes for 2007-08. So I will take these. I will put these off to the side. And now, what do I want to play here first? Okay, so here's what's coming up on the table right now. All righty. As we continue on, Marlon, thank you so much for coming by. That's very nice of you. And this is just what I do. I just play games at my birthday. I don't do anything crazy. Okay, so what do we have here on the table? Oven chicken. Yes, oven chicken is very good. And Fenner's going to play some Stone Cold. I almost pulled that out tonight, but instead, we are going to play some baseball here tonight. And we're going to take a look at 1979 baseball. All right, Texas at Boston. We are playing Appa tonight. Appa Dappa Do we are playing tonight. So I need to get my Appa book out. And again, this is just kind of a one-off, almost like a Dave's Classic Rewind, but I just want to play some of my seasons here, some of my teams, some of my favorite games tonight, if you will. At least favorite games right now. And so I think I have the lineups all ready to go for each team. And there's my pitcher. And oh, hang on a sec. I think I screwed this up. No, I'm good to go. Okay. So I'll just put my Boston over here for right now. And take my Texas. And I'll put my Texas over here for right now. And again, this is just nothing real serious tonight. This is just Dave playing a game. So let me get my guys over here, if you will. And this, so I can put my teams here, and I can put my pitcher here behind everybody. All right, and my teams here. All righty, I should be good to go now. So we're going to bring up these guys here. Now, I haven't done my, so I can zoom in. I can probably zoom in a lot more here now. Right, so we'll do, let me come back out so I can show the dice. There we go. So we'll have this, we'll have the cards here. And we'll be able to have the dice. So now I haven't added up the bodies yet and get their numbers. Oh, I have my little runners here. So what I'm going to do is white will be my generic runner. And anything blue or red will be my fast and slow runners, because that's kind of how Appa does it, right? So that's how I'll do it. And, Al Wilson did a great job with this. He really does. I really, really enjoy using these here on the channel. All right, so let's figure this out here. So Mickey Rivers in center field. He's a 2, and he is fast. Bump Willis at second base is a 7, and he is fast. Al Oliver in the outfield is a 2, and he is normal. Buddy Bell, everyone's favorite Bell. He's a 5, and he is normal speed. Montanez is a DH, so we will not count him. So I'll put in the pitcher, who's a 2, so I can get my fielding. Richie Zisk is a slow 1 in right field. Putnam is a 3 at first base and is also slow. And Malberg, the catcher, is a 6. And Norman is a 7 at short, and he is fast. So if I add this up, all right, and I take a look at it, so we got 9, 11, 16, 18, 19, 22, 28, 35, it looks like, right? So they will be in fielding column 3, if I get that correct. And now for the Red Sox, the Rooster is a 9 at shortstop. Tom Poquette's in the outfield is a 1. Freddie Lynn's a 3. Rice is a DH, so we're going to go with the pitcher rating of 2. Yaz is a 3 and is slow here in 79. Watson is a 3 and slow. Not a lot of fast runners here, right, on the Red Sox. Hobson is a 4. Pappy is a second base, is a 7. And O'Berry is our catcher with a 6. So no fast runners today for the Sox that I can tell. Alrighty. And so let's add these up. So we get 10, 15, 18, 21, 25, 32, 38. So they got a 38. So they'll be over in column 2. So that's what I got here. And hopefully I did that correctly. All right, so let's have some fun here. And, of course, we have to go Bob Stanley on the mound, right? If we didn't go Bob Stanley, then what would we have? Well, I can squeeze that in a little bit more here. I want to be able to get the dice rolls in and have some fun here with you guys tonight. All righty, here we go. It is Texas. It is Boston. It is September 1st, 1979. And we're going to play some APA baseball here tonight. Let me get my APA dice. I got my shaky shake. Hopefully everything looks okay. As Dwayne Martz comes by. Dwayne, I got to get back to the APA Master. I haven't done that in a couple of months. And so I want to make sure I do that. Because I did enjoy that. And Bump Willis is Maury Willis's son. And, the P-Jet has come by. And VL, thank you so much, VL. And there's only one birthday at the rest of your anniversary. Yeah, the old trivia question. How many birthdays does the average man have? 1. It is what it is. This was the debut broadcast at ESPN. Well, I knew that. Of course, everyone knows that, Keith comes by. Keith, thank you so much. Thanks for everything, Keith. Yep, trying to have some fun here just on a little birthday night. All right, let's play some APA. Again, I'm not going to get all serious tonight. Just going to have some fun, and hopefully you'll join me here as we just kind of play some baseball. I'll probably get some. I might have if things go well, I'll do some baseball and some hockey tonight. I did my unboxing, so that's done. And again, just feel free to join me here tonight. I had a fun day hanging out with Al Red Sox fan for a while, and then some other friends of mine. Just kind of a day spent driving around and meeting people, And Winnipeg's up on St. Louis here. Oh, yeah, the playoffs started tonight. That's right. All right, so what do we have? So we got a 51, right? So on Mickey Rivers, a 51 is going to be an 8. And an 8 against a C pitcher is, well, we're going to start off with a hit. So Mickey Rivers is going to start off with a single because he likes to mingle. And he's going to be a fast runner. So we have a fast runner at second base, and that's how Stanley kicks things off here for the Red Sox. Where is Juckett when you need him, right? Usually, if anybody's playing Bob Stanley, he just surfaces. It's like the bat call in the sky, to get Juckett out here. Brian comes by. Thank you so much. P-Jet, I have not followed the season. I couldn't tell you what place anybody's in. I couldn't tell you what. I mean, I know Boston sucked, but aside from that, I couldn't tell you. All right, runner on first base. Absolutely nobody. And speak of the devil. Dun, dun, dun. It's Bob Stanley on the mound here, Juckett, on my birthday. what else would I do, right? What else would I do aside from having Bob Stanley on the mound? Oh, fun times, fun times. Let's see if I can get a little bit more light on here. No, we're at maximum light. All righty. Yeah, Ron's ears were burning. They were. And he said, "Go Rangers." Isn't that just like him? Isn't that just like him? Al Red Sox fan, that's just like him today. When I saw Al, he goes, Ron, he's always like that. I said, I know, he's always like that. I don't know what it is. All right, so we got a man on first. Again, I'm going to use my little display here tonight for this game that I'm not keeping stats on. And it's Bump Willis. We're going to let him hit. So we got a 26. A 26 is a 32. A 32 is hit into right field. And that's going to be an out number 1. All right, so our right fielder, of course. Oh, it's Tom Poquette today. It's not Evans. I usually like to play the guys I know, but I went with an as-played lineup tonight so I could get Fergie Jenkins on the mound, is what it is, And P-Jet says that Ron and Dave are drivers in the Demo Derby Smashdown. Oh, we'll have to check it out. Phoenix Knight, thanks for coming by. And he's got the Inside the Crease hockey cards from 10 and 11. Oh, interesting. I have that on... I think I have 10-11 in Apper and Hockey Bones, maybe Strat, I forget. And but I don't inside the crease. I like to play on the computer. I don't like to play it on the table. I have a hard time with it. All right, so Willis is out on the fly ball, 1 away, and we have Al Oliver coming up. All right, let's see what Al's got here. He's got a 46 for Al, and a 46. That's a 29. That's another weird number. And it's going to be, okay, so the pitcher gets the force at second base. Why strikeout? Nope. So it's going to be hit down to the pitcher. He's going to go to second for a 1, and that's all. All right, so this guy's going to be out, and it's going to be a fielder's choice for Al Oliver. So Oliver will go to first, and he is not fast or slow, so he's just going to be a normal runner. So we have 2 outs now. I'll try to keep this as accurate. I always forget to move this stuff here. And it's everybody's favorite Bell, Buddy Bell. So we're going to run her on first. Rivers is thrown out on the play by Stanley. And I got a 15. And a 15 is an 8. Ooh, 8 is a single into center field. And the runner will go to third base. So Buddy Bell with a single. Al Oliver will go down to third. And Bell is normal as well, so we're going to have first and third with still 2 outs. Yep, we have the fly ball in the fielder's choice. So we have 2 outs, so now we got to go to first and third. I was talking to Al today about games. It was funny. You sit with Al, it was like a chat with Al. Like, we were just both all over the place talking about everything and anything. And we did talk a little bit about Apple. We did say how it's just such a fun, simple game. The basic game is just so fun and simple. It really is. All right, so now we have Willie Montanez coming up, the first baseman. He is the 5th hitter of the inning. And we have a 51 for him, and that's a 9 on a C pitcher. And that's going to be blooped over the head of the shortstop. And the run will score. And it'll be first and third. So Montanez drops a single in. Al Oliver will score. Buddy Bell scoots over to third. And now we have to pull out some numbers here, as we have Texas on the board in the first. So a bloop single will score the run. And Texas is on the board. It's 1-0. And that'll still remain first and third, and they're both normal runners. So now we have Richie Zisk. So Stanley coughs up a run here. That's 3 singles in the first inning. So he might be fatigued already. I'm not sure, And the crowd not happy here at Fenway. We have a 36, and a 36 says... the pitch is outside, ball 1, and the runner steals second base. So, second and third now with 2 outs. That's a gutsy move there by Willie Montanez, taken off, and there's no throw by Michael Berry on the play. All right. Red Sox fans hoping to get out of this inning. It is second and third, 2 away. Richie Zisk. And it's a 64. And the 64 is a 13. And struck him out. All right. So he gets out of the inning. He only gives up 3 hits. He does give up 1 run as Al Oliver scores. And that's what it looks like after a half inning. It is 1-0 Texas. That was a Texas-sized inning. Right? All right, so let's go to the bottom. We'll square everybody off over here. We'll do this. Stanley will come off, and Fergie Jenkins will come up, and he will be pitching here for the Texans. All right, so Fergie Jenkins. So we're going to have Burleson lead us off. Ooh, well, how about that? Let me finish off my coffee here. I don't know what kind of coffee Al had today, but it was really good. She's like, do you like this coffee? I says, I never had it. And I had it. I was like, oh, it's pretty good. It went good with the cake. Everything goes good with cake, right? Everything goes good with cake. All right, Burleson against Jenkins, who's also a C. And a 56 for Burleson is a 34. That's a weird number. And with a Y, it's going to be struck him out. Fergie Jenkins throws the whiff on Burleson and is 1 away. Thank you, Glenn. I'm just kind of having some fun here tonight. I got a couple games I'm going to play, maybe a few. Let's see how late I want to go. But I just, as I do with, usually on my birthday, I just play some stuff that just makes it fun for me. And hopefully it is for you, too. All right, Tom Poquette, the right fielder from Wisconsin. We got a 62. And that's going to be a 32. And that's going to be fly ball into right center field. And the right fielder will come over and make the play. And the right fielder is Richie Zisk. So an F9. So, I didn't keep up. So that's 2 away here in the first. And tempers are flaring in Winnipeg. Yeah, that's how the first round always is. I'll catch the highlights. It should be fun to watch the highlights. Freddie Lynn, 2 outs. Nobody on base. A 45. Terrible rolls. A 14, though, is ball 4. So Freddie Lynn will get on base. He is not fast or slow, so he'll just take his base with the walk. And that will bring up Jim Rice. Pitchers pay the price when they face Jim Rice. All righty, so Jimmy Rice at the plate. Raymond, thanks for coming by. I'll be sending you some more things, Raymond, as I keep, I sat down with Mike in Colorado, Connecticut, and I just realized how much I hadn't done yet for this con. So I'm trying to get that together. Thank you, Christopher, for coming by. Jim Rice, the tying run at first base with 2 outs. And and we'll see you later. This is over the monster, and the tying run comes in, and the go-ahead run comes in as Jim Rice with a 1 here on the 66 puts it out. Freddie Lynn will score. Rice comes in, and that's a nice happy birthday to me slugger into the netting, because back then it was the netting. And so Boston takes a 2-1 lead. Yeah. Yeah, Jacket. Take that, Jacket. You and your Rangers, Jacket. All righty. So the bases will clear. We have to have them run the bases. They do have to tag all the bases. That's mandatory. So they tagged all the bases, and we're good. All righty. So pitchers pay the price when they face Jim Rice. Carl Yastrzemski coming up here. He's the first left fielder today. Carl, he's in left field. Oh, I screwed up here. He should be a 2, not a 3. So that'll bring me down to a 37. That really doesn't change anything, no. Okay, I'll make that little adjustment there because I read the first base, not the outfield. So we'll do that. And yes, Christopher, thank you so much. And yeah, that was a big kaboom here, right? That was a birthday-size kaboom. All righty, so Yastrzemski coming up here with 2 outs, and he's got a 54, and that'll be a 32. And a 32 is a fly out to center field. Pretty harmless, as coming in to make the catch is Mickey Rivers. And that'll do it here. So we go to the top of the second here in Boston, 1979. This is September 1st. And this is, from what we were told from the chat room, this is when ESPN started, right? Yeah. Doug comes by. Thanks, Doug. Just kind of having some fun here. Had a fun day. Boy, I had a fun day. Tiring day driving around. And it was so hot. Oh, my gosh. We're in the car. It was in the 70s, and coming home was in the 80s. It was 30-something the other day. And now we're in the 80s. We had AC blasting. We come home, the house was so hot. It's like, oh, let's either open some windows or turn on some fans. All right, so we have now coming up in the, so the Sox get just the one hit, but they get the one run, or 2 runs. And so, let me show you the scoreboard here. So it's 2-1 after a full inning. So we're going to have Pat Putnam coming up. He's the first baseman. Pat Putnam is going to get a 13 here, and that's a 22. And a 22 is going to be hit down to first base. He'll flip to the pitcher, and he is out. So we're just going to call that a G1 or G3. All righty. Again, I'm not really keeping stats here today, so we're going to have some fun here. Malberg, the catcher. I don't know Greg Malberg. A lot of these guys I do, but Malberg I don't know. We have a 32 for Malberg, and that's going to be hit into the gap. Coming over is Poquette. Poquette will dive and make the catch. So the right fielder, Tom Poquette, coming over and taking a hit away from Malberg. And that'll be 2 outs now for the 9-hitter, Nelson Norman. Wasn't he a golfer, Nelson Norman? And Nelson Norman, he's going to roll a 14. That's going to be a 30, and I know that's in a fly out to center field. I'm getting pretty good at some of these bases. No, runners not on base. No runners on base. I'm getting good at that chart. So they'll go down pretty much in order. Yeah, exactly in order. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And so we shall go to the bottom of the second. It is 2-1 Sox on a Jim Rice home run. Okay. I was talking to Al, too, about the cards, the Apple cards. They're just like a great size to work with on the table. They really are. All right, AP. Good to see you, bud. Thanks so much. Just kind of having some fun here. I got my Diddle to Dice coffee mug here with my cold coffee, it's freezing now. And Bob Watson will start off here in the second. I got a 46. That's a 13. Guess what? Strike him out. So Bob Watson will sit down. And Doug says he just ordered Appa Soccer. Not in his wheelhouse, but he heard good things about it. I don't know anything about soccer. I played one soccer game. It was okay. I don't follow it enough. I don't know much about it. So for me, it's kind of tough to do soccer. But it'd be interesting because if it plays anything, I heard it was fast action cards, right? Was it fast action cards? So I was going to say if it plays like this, it might be something I could pick up and learn. But if it's very different, then I don't know anything about soccer. But it still might be fun. All right, Hobson. I got a 13 for Hobson, and that's a 39. That is really weird. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Ooh, a 22. That'll be a 5. And that's going to be a hit to the wall in left field. That's going to bounce off the wall, and Hobson will stand up at second base with a double for his trouble. And we do have an out. And Hobson is not fast or slow, so he's going to give him a normal runner. And so, Stan Pappy. Speak to me, Pappy. Let's see what he can do with a runner on second base. Alrighty. So here comes Stan Pappy. Oh, look at that. That's a 0. We're going to go to the next column for Pappy. What has he got here? Pappy, Pappy, Pappy. Oh, another one. See you later. Stan Pappy, back-to-back 66s. What are the chances? And Hobson will score, and Pappy will score. And let me dig out some more numbers here. The Sox with a pair of 2-run blasts. And they are taking this one away from Texas right now. Was it Juckett that said they had good bats and bad bullpen? I forget. This is 79. It's not 78, so I'm not sure what that was. But What is my favorite APA game? Asked Doug. Probably the baseball. Probably the baseball. And the hockey's real good too. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, if you said a favorite, I think I like the baseball. I don't know why. It just works really nice. The baseball works really nice. The hockey's it works, but it just takes a little bit more work, I think. But it's still fun. So 4-1 Boston. A 2-run blast by Stan Pappy gets it done as RGL comes by. Thank you so much. It was a fun day, and it continues to be a fun day here as I'm just kind of playing some games tonight. Did a quick unboxing. So he needs to take a little bit lead off the base, right? He's got to take a lead. Oh, no, he's off the bases. Oh, I didn't touch them all. Oh, it hasn't counted yet. I need to touch all the bases there, right? I need to touch all the bases. So there we go. All right, so Mike O'Berry facing Fergie Jenkins with 1 away. And I got a 16, and that'll be a 13, and strike him out. So he's got a pair of strikeouts in the inning, but unfortunately, he's already given up a couple of runs. And now we have Rick Burleson. He struck out as well. 2 away to Burleson. Ooh, a 33, and that's a 0. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Chungo. And a 25 is a 6. And that'll be a double into the right center field gap. And Burleson will stop at second base. So we have 2 doubles in this inning. And Burleson is not fast or slow, so he will go to second base. All right. And that brings up Poquette, who flied out to right. So we have a runner on second base again. All right. And here we go. Poquette, 2 outs. 2 in, and here we go. A 53. It's going to be a 22, and that's outside. Burleson takes off, and he will take third base. Burleson steals, and the catcher wasn't even looking. So we have a runner on third right now, a heads-up play by the Rooster. And Poquette now has him at third base. And just in case you were wondering, a slow runner does not make that move. It has to be a faster or normal runner. So just letting you know. Parallel league, what you got going on here? I'm playing a 78 draft league. Worst record gets first round pick. And his first pick was Ricky Henderson. That's pretty cool. Pappy hit 1 home in 79. You did back-to-back 66s. I wonder. Okay, so he has to roll 1133 or 66, and then 1133 or 66 a second time. So he has to roll one of those numbers twice in a row. So, I mean, 1133 or 66, and then either one of those 3 a second time for him to get a home run. So that is that. All right, so Poquette coming up now with Burleson at third. And a 62. That's a 32, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field, and that'll end the inning. So they get 1, 2, they get 3 hits, and they get 2 runs, and that's what it looks like after 2. Oh, you got the scoreboard here. I don't even need to show you this, right? You got tonight we have the scoreboard. When I don't play with the scoreboard, I have to show you this. I don't even need to show you that anymore, right? We have the scoreboard. All right, so let's reset the reflex. It was fun all the way out driving around today. Had a Yacht Rock radio is back on satellite radio in the car, so we had that on the entire time. Well, most of the time. It was kind of funny. It's the same 15 songs, so I heard them like 4 or 5 times today because I was driving so much. You know? Doug says he picked up it was a high leverage baseball, I think, after seeing the unboxing that Mike did. We cost him some money. Yep. Sorry about that. All right, so we're going to go here to, where are we now? Top of the order, Mickey Rivers here in the third. Mickey Rivers, he singled the first time up. A 53 is a 16, And that's going to be a routine fly ball into center field. And so the center fielder hits it to the center fielder, and we have one away. And that's, of course, Freddie Lynn. Oh, AP. So he says he completed the 79-80 Canadians using Final Score hockey. How'd you do with that? I played a whole season of Final Score. I played everybody, and my results were pretty darn accurate. They were really good. I have those results somewhere. I could probably find them, but yeah, that whole season was like completely accurate. Stanley to bump Willis, a 21 is a 30, and that will be hit into left field. And coming over to make the catch is our left fielder today. Who's out there? Is that Rice? No, Yastrzemski's in left field today. And now we have two away, and now we have Al Oliver coming up. And a 16 for Albert, which is a 28, and that's going to be hit down the short. Burleson makes the play, and it's a 1, 2, 3 inning here. So we shall go to the bottom of the third in Boston. 4-1 Red Sox. Home runs, two-run home runs here by the Sox. Freddie Lynn will come up here. Remember, he walked and then scored, you know. And we have a 54. That's a 32. And that's going to be hit into right center field. And the right fielder will come over, who is Richie Zisk. And Richie Zisk will make the catch. And Freddie Lynn is gone. And we have one away. And Andrew says he played the first 3 years of NHL using Final Score hockey. That's a fun game. I do like Final Score hockey. It really is. I got a 25 for Rice. And this time he will hit it right up the middle. So Rice will single. So he's got a home run and a single. So Rice is on first base with one away. And he said the scoring was a little high for the Canadians, but he said his results were good. Okay, that's good to hear. So Yastrzemski comes up with a man on first base. And I got a 61. That's a 37. That's a weird number. And, uh-oh! Rice is picked off at first base. He was caught leaning, and Fergie Jenkins picked him off. All right. So stuff like that does happen. It does happen. Glenn, thanks for coming by. Enjoy the game. Yeah, if you guys want to give me playoff updates, that's fine. Like I said, the first round's usually pretty wild. And then after that, it cools down. 16 for Yaz, a 28, and that's going to be hit the short, and that will end the inning. So they will get a hit, but the runner is picked off. So we'll go to the fourth. 4-1 Boston. I do, like I said, these cards are so great. They move so nicely, and they're just like the perfect size to stream with and to look at in the whole bit. So I hope you guys like it. Buddy Bell will kick off the fourth inning here. We have a 64-13. Struck him out. One away. Nice job by Stanley with the fan. Okay, so now we have Montanez, who singled. And now we have a 54. And did I read that correctly? I hope I didn't read off the Stanley card. I might have screwed Buddy Bell. I might have read. I spaced out for a second. I don't remember what I rolled. Did I read off the Stanley card? If I did, I screwed up. Again, I'm just kind of spacing out here. 32 is going to be right field flyout. So I think I screwed Buddy Bell. I think I read off of this card here for some reason. I do that once in a while. I space out. So we're going to just call it a strikeout, and I'm not going to worry about it. So again, mistakes happen. If I did indeed make that mistake. Sometimes I do that with the Apple cards. All right, Richie Zisk. 65-35, and I know that's a pop out to the catcher in my book, so that is that. So Texas, a controversial strikeout, but it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the bottom of the fourth here in Boston, 4-1. Okay, bottom of the fourth. Now we have Bob Watson, who struck out. And we have a 12. That'll be a 25. And that'll be a grounder to second. So he hits it over to the right side. And Watson is out on the scoop by the second baseman, Bump Willis. One away. You think I read it right now? Again, I don't know what. I spaced out for a second. I was reading the chat and just kind of spacing out, and I was like, did I read off the pitcher card, which probably would have been a strikeout, but if I got it right, I got it right. If I got it wrong, I got it wrong. Not too worried about it. Butch Hobson with a double and scored. How about that? 63 is a 30. That will not be a double. He will not score as he flies out to left field. So now we have 2 away. Again, sometimes you read off the pitcher card and you just space out that way. It happens. All right, Pappy, speak to me, Pappy. He got a home run. What are the chances he gets back-to-back home runs? Yeah, not very good. 9. But he will pop this up to the left side. That's going to be a P5. The third baseman, who's that? Buddy Bell? Yeah, Buddy Bell will make the play. So the Sox go down in order here in the fourth. Okay, so we go to the top of the fifth. Nobody out. And here we go. All right. Pat Putnam, 0 for 1. Grounded out to first. And we have a 52. That's a 27. That's another odd number. And that's going to be ripped down to third base. Hobson did not make an error this time. And we'll throw him out, and there's 1 away on the G5. All right? It's a G5 Summit. Malberg flied out. A 35 is a 13. Struck him out. So Malberg whiffs. And it's going to be 2 away. And coming up as the 9 hitter, Nelson Norman. A 46 is a 27. And that's going to be hit down to third base. And Hobson with another one. And it's another 1-2-3 inning. So Texas gets that opening run in the first inning. And it's been quiet. As the Sox will take a 4-1 lead into the bottom of the fifth. Dun, dun, dun. Stretch time, bottom of the fifth. Here is O'Berry. He's done 0 for 1. And we have a 42 for O'Berry. That's a 13. Guess what? He struck out with a second time. Struck him out. And O'Berry. We'll see you. Rick Burleson. 54. That's a 32. And that's going to be hit into right center field. The right fielder will call it off. And the right fielder is Richie Zisk. He will make the catch. So now we have 2 away for Poquette. Poquette, he's flat out to right 2 times in a row. Oh, where are we? Bottom of the fifth. And a 64. Struck him out. So Poquette completely sucking today. As we go to the top of the sixth here in Boston. So we might have to get Poquette out of there and bring in somebody I like. Alrighty. Mickey Rivers comes up, top of the sixth. And we have a 65, and he will pop that up to the catcher. That's how I'm going to call it tonight. The other book does something a little different, but I'm okay with this. Alrighty, maybe what I'll do is I'll drop the dice near the card so I don't screw it up. Bump Willis, a 15. That's going to be an 11. That's an odd number. And against a C pitcher, it's going to get a single because he likes to mingle. So Bump Willis with a single and a stolen base. So he goes down to second as a fast runner. So he will single and then go to second. So with one away, let me move my outs over here. With one away, we have a runner on second base. It is a fast runner, okay? And we're going to have Al Oliver coming up here. Uh-oh, Chongo. A 7 with a runner on second. And that's going to be blooped into center field, and that'll score the run. So Oliver with a single will score Bump Willis. And now we got to make a scoreboard change. All right, as it's now 4-2. And it's still only one away. That's the great thing about baseball. It's just one at a time usually. Football, you gotta have every number available. Doug, thank you so much. Yeah, we got Easter coming up over here tomorrow. Just funny, everywhere we went, everybody had their Easter stuff out today. So it's like, yeah, everyone's got their ham and their lamb or whatever it is for Easter. So it should be a fun day for everybody. And DJ, thanks for coming by, DJ. All the way from the other side. Thank you so much. All right, so we have, so that was a single. And the runner scored. Bloop single. All right, so it's going to be a runner on first now. So he will score. Al Oliver is on first base, and he's a normal runner. Okay. Buddy Bell, one away. Sox at double play depth. Oh, I hit my scoreboard again. Trying to get the dice on the screen here. 43 for Buddy Bell. That's a 29. That's kind of different. And it's going to be hit back to the mound. Play at second only. So Oliver is out. We got another fielder's choice. And Bell will end up at first base. So now we have 2 away in the 6th. And Montanez comes up. You know, ID's birthday was the other day. I didn't realize it. Dave Little's birthday is today, too. So I'm not sure what Dave Little's doing. I don't know if he partied quite as hard as me today, right? He didn't party with the Red Sox fan today, right? All right, so I got a 15 from Montanez. That's an 8. Oh, boy. And that's a single because he likes to mingle, and that will be first and third now. So Stanley in a jam here in the 6th with 2 away. So Buddy Bell down to third, Montanez with a single. And that will bring up Richie Zisk. So we have first and third with 2 away. All right. Jacket calling in on the hotline saying, take out Stanley, even though it's only the 6th. But we're going to let him pitch. Okay? We did not answer that phone call. Richie Zisk. Coming up now. We've had 3 hits in this inning. Okay, here we go. 2 away. 2 away. 61. That's a 24. That should be handled. Yeah, it's a 4-6-3 double play. Well, they only need the 1 out. So we're just going to call it a G4. And we'll call it a day. But they get 3 hits. They pick up a run. And it's now 4-2 Boston as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Due up Freddie Lynn. All right, let's clear the bases. That's the bottom of the 6th. And, yep, Freddie Lynn will come up. All right. There we go. A 46 for Freddie Lynn. 13 struck him out. Freddie Lynn is out. We have 1 away. Jimmy Rice. All he's done is hit a home run today. 13 is a 14. I think that's a walk, right? Yeah, that's going to be a walk. So Rice, 4 pitches. We'll take the walk. And Rice is not fast or slow, so he'll just be a normal runner. He'll be a normie norm at first base. And here we go, Yastrzemski Yastrzemski not having a good day in left field. He is 0 for 2 today. Double play depth here. Oh, but he's going to rope this one. A C6. And that's going to be a double into left field. There's only one away. A fast runner will score. Rice is not fast. So a double into left field is going to be second and third. Rice will have to stop. Yastrzemski with a double. And so we have second and third. Yastrzemski is slow runner with one away. Now, do we want to run for Yastrzemski? So we have a fast runner on second base. Now, here's where the double, for his trouble. Here's where the master game is really fun for Appa. Is on that hit into left field, you could try to score, even with Rice. Because you get the numbers on the hit, you get the arm rating and the speed rating, and you could see if you score. So that's where the master game really does shine, is forcing the extra bases and seeing if it's worth it. So just throwing that out there. But we're playing basic tonight, and we're having fun. All right, Bob Watson, 0 for 2. He's got second and third with one away. We're not going to bother playing corners in or anything, right? Because we're just going to be throwing to first base. Oh, wait, there's one away. Do I want to play infield in? Sixth inning, 4-2. I'm gonna go infield in, right? I'm gonna go infield in. We don't want to get down 5-2 if I'm thinking about Texas. So I think we're going to play infield in. I want to go infield in. All right, I'm calling it. Infield in. All right, Watson at 56. That's a 34. A 34 is popped up near the mound. The shortstop will come over and make the catch. So it doesn't even matter anymore. It'll pop out to the shortstop. So we get 2 outs now. Thank you so much for nothing, Watson. And now we have Butch Hobson. Now, before you start making jokes, Butch Hobson's got a double in this game and scored. Okay? And he represents the go-ahead run. Or he did. He is the go-ahead run. He scored the go-ahead run, is what I'm saying. So Butch Hobson now with 2 outs. And a 56 for him. Oh, boy. That's another pop-up. And the shortstop will catch that. So back-to-back 56s, back-to-back 34s. So they'll get the one hit, but nobody will score. And so we'll go to the top of the 7th here in Boston. And the Sox hanging on to a 4-2 lead. Again, this is just Dave hanging out on his birthday. Nothing serious tonight. Thanks for joining me on this. It's Saturday, right? For some reason, I think it's Sunday, because I always work Saturday. And I didn't work today, so I get my days mixed up. All right, I'm going to have some bubbly here. Hang on one second here while I crack open the bubbly. All right, some orange cream bubbly. It's very delicious. Pat Putnam, 0 for 2, and he'll kick things off against Stanley. 56, that's a 34. I'm getting pretty good at that 34 number. And that's going to be a pop out to the shortstop. Oh, I have to remember that. 34, pop out to the shortstop. So you get one away. I still always check. Even on the 13s, I check. I just don't want to ever, just assume something and then be wrong. Malberg. Okay, we got malware coming up. 0 for 2. And we're going to get a 53. That's an 18, and that's going to be down the shortstop, and the throw is in the dirt, and they're going to charge this error to Burleson. So Malberg is on first base, an error to the shortstop. So we're going to go E6, and we have a man on first base. So let's see if this comes back to haunt the Red Sox, that throwing error by Burleson. He's usually pretty reliable. All right, so we have Nelson Norman. 0 for 2. Stanley throws a 43. That's a 29. And it's going to be hit back to the mound. Stanley throws to short for 1, and that'll be it. So we're going to go field this choice. He's going to be out, and I got to field this choice. So we have Taster's Choice. Now, Norman is fast, so we're going to flip him over to fast. All right, so on the Taster's Choice, we have 2 away. So man on first, 2 away. Stanley now to Mickey Rivers, who singled way back in the first inning and really hasn't done anything since. Uh-oh, it's a 0. Uh-oh, Chongo. A 43 is a 7. And that's going to be a single to center field. And the throw to third is not in time. Rivers will go down to second. And so now the error could be an issue here. So Norman to third, Rivers with a single, and we'll take second on the throw. And so we have second and third with 2 away. So we have a couple of fast runners on the bases here in Nelson, Norman, and Mickey Rivers. And it's going to be Bump Willis. 2 away, top of the 7th, the tying run at second base. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. And a 53. That's an 18. And uh-oh. Down the shortstop. Can't make the play again. The run scores, and it's going to be first and third. So Burleson with a pair of errors in this inning. Norman scores, Rivers to third, and Bump Willis to first. All righty, and so it is now 4-3. So Rick Burleson, they're looking at him. They want to know if he's all right because he's not playing very well right now. And it's 4-3. And this is, I don't know if they earned or unearned, but when you start committing errors, that sucks. 4-3, we got ourselves a game here. So we got first and third, 2 outs, and it's going to be Al Oliver, who scored a run and single. So he's having a good day. Here we go, 4-3. Big batter here, a 64. 13 struck him out. Whew. So they get just 1 hit, but they get 1 run, and there's 2 errors. So that is that. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. And the Sox now clinging to a 4-3 lead. Fergie Jenkins still on the mound here in the 7th. We'll start looking around at some backup pitchers here in a minute. But for right now, we're going to play on. And so now we have Big Pappy coming up. Little Pappy. Stan Pappy, right? Stan Pappy. He's Big Pappy tonight. He's got a home run. All right, let me clear the bases. And here we go. Stan Pappy. A 54. That's a 32. That's pretty terrible. And that's going to be hit into right field. So Stan Pappy flies out. 1 away in the bottom of the 7th. Mike O'Berry. Ooh, a 44. And that's an 8C. Is that good? And yeah, it's a single because he likes to mingle. So O'Berry's on. And he's a normal runner. He's just a normal type of guy. So we're going to put him on first base. All right, so O'Berry's on. And the top of the order, Burleson. Now, can he redeem himself? He's got 2 errors. That cost his team a run. So Burleson looking for the redeemer. 53. That's a 19. And he's going to nub this down to third base, and no one's going to get it. All right. First and second, so we're going to call that an infield single because he likes to mingle. Buddy Bell charged in but couldn't make the play. They're not going to charge him with an error. Burleson is also neither hot nor cold. So with 1 away, we got runners on first and second. So the Sox trying to get that run back. And Tom Poquette. And you know something? You say, what's the something? Here's the something. Alrighty. Tom Poquette is 0 for 3. He's hitting in the 2 spot. Tom Poquette is 0 for 3. We have 1 away. And so Tom Poquette is coming out, and Dwight Evans is coming in. All right, so Dewey Evans is coming in to hit, and he will play right field. So Poquette is out. Evans in, so he's now a 3. So that'll bump that up to a 39, and that won't change anything. So Evans will come in what inning is it now? The 7th. Okay. Yeah, Dewey. Jim comes by. I just saw you, Jim. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Dewey. John, where did I get that field in the school? With that, this is Al Wilson, 3d6-gaming.com. Al makes these. He prints them up, and they're awesome. And so I have the football, the baseball, and the hockey. So I got the hockey here. I might break this out later on tonight. Again, I don't know how late I'll be on, but I got the hockey ready to go. Oh, I spoiled the game. But like I said, I might stay on tonight and have some fun here. Let's see how it goes. Saturday night, I got nothing going on, just hanging out on my birthday with you guys here. And I took my nap this afternoon after the long day of traveling, so I got a little bit of energy. I still got plenty of bubbly to go. I got plenty of my bubbly drink here. And so Evans come up. Don't mess it up, Dewey. Don't mess it up. So Evans comes up here in the 7th. 2 on, 1 away. Here we go. It's a 51. Ooh, that's a 9C. And slow roller to third base. He only plays to first, and he'll get him out. But the runners move up. So we're going to go G5 on that. So there's 2 away, but the runners move up. So it's as good as a bunt, I guess. So now Freddie Lynn, a single, should get home 2 runs. All righty. So he's got O'Berry on third and Burleson at second right now. So we have second and third with 2 away. Freddie Lynn got a walk, a fly out, and a strikeout. So he's not done well either. Freddie Lynn, 63, 31, not liking it. This is hit into center field, right at the center fielder. And so those 2 hits go by the board, and they'll get absolutely nothing. We go to the 8th here in Boston. 4-3, Red Sox. And this is 1979 that I'm playing here tonight. All righty. As Mike C. comes by, thank you, Mike. Just kind of hanging out, playing some games tonight, as I sometimes do. All right, so Stanley back on the mound. It's Buddy Bell. He's got 1 for 3 with a single, I got a 14. That's a 30. That's going to be hit in the outfield, right? And that's going to be left fielder. So Yaz will make the catch, and we have 1 away here. Oh, let me clear the bases. In the top of the 8th. All righty. Alan comes by. Hi, Alan. Thanks for coming by, bud. I'm not at the rink. Yeah, I took a week off. One of the leagues shuts off. There's one league that I don't control, and when they shut down, I tend to shut down around it with my league so I can get some time off, and that's what I did. And so I went up and saw Al Red Sox fan today and had breakfast with him. And then I was stopped off at some other friend's house. I haven't been to their house in about 7 years, they said. So, you don't see somebody for 7 years. Next thing you know, like, all their kids are married and they have kids. And so, like, there was, like, 3 generations at their house. I was like, holy cow, last time we saw you, your kids were still in high school. And now they're all married with kids. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Montanez coming up. He's 2 for 3. And a 16 is a 28. And that's going to be down the Burleson. This time he'll make the play and gets the Bronx cheer from the Fenway faithful, and he flips them off in the meantime. You're going to play some 79 Smashing Pumpkins, huh? All right. Were they around in 79? Do you know what's messed up today? So we were driving in the car all day and had satellite radio on, but I had the navigation on so I could get to these houses. And on the main dash, it kind of shows you like what's on the radio, if you will. and it said, I think we had the heavy metal station on, it said Poison. And it said whatever song it was, 1979. I was like, there was no Poison in 1979. And so when I clicked on the main screen, it come up, it was Poison 89. But for some reason, the song before it was from 79, and it didn't change the date. I did a double take. I was like, Poison wasn't around in 79, you know? Oh, it's WrestleMania tonight, Mike. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I didn't realize it was WrestleMania tonight. Again, I don't really watch that stuff anymore. I haven't in 20 years. Haven't watched a lot of stuff in 20 years. All right, 2 away for Zisk. A 21. That's going to be a 30. That's going to be hit into center field. Lynn will come over. He'll make the catch, throw it into the stands, and that'll do it in the 8th. So we go to the bottom of the 8th here in Boston. And the Sox hanging on 4-3. It's a close one. It's a close one. So Fergie Jenkins comes out. He's still playing well, so we're not going to take Fergie out. Jim Rice will come up. Rice, well, he's got a home run and a single. That's a pretty good day, right? And a 32. Oh, 1979 is a Smashing Pumpkins song. Ah, I get it. A 32 for Rice. That's a 26. And chopper down a second. Not a problem at all for the second baseman, Bump Willis. And we have 1 away. Yaz. 62 for Yaz, a 26. And that's down to second base again. So a couple of nice plays there at second base by Bump Willis. And now we have 2 away for Elementary, my dear Watson. Watson 0 for 3 at first base. And a 45 is a 14 and ball 4. So Watson will get the Pantera walk. And he's slow. So he'll be slow. He's a cold guy. All right. Astros, thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Playing a little bit of baseball tonight. We'll have some hockey up later on. Again, I'm just planning on doing a mishmash of games right now. I don't know how long I'll be on tonight, but sometimes I go a little bit longer on days like this. So Hobson at first. So let me flip my chart. And it's going to be Watson at first, Hobson up. Hobson's got a double in this game. A 56. That's going to be, the 34 again. There we go. The pop-up. Right. Oh, no, Why's a strikeout? So strike him, man. We'll call it a strikeout. So, nothing going on here. We go to the top of the 9th. Here in Boston. 4-3. All right. I cannot let Stanley go the distance. All right. That's not going to happen. So we're going to look for a closer here. I don't know if Juckett's still around. I don't know who he would recommend. But Stanley's coming out here. So who's our reliever here? Bergmeyer is Bill Campbell, I think, right? Bill Campbell is usually the pitcher. Is it Drago? Is it B? Not a lot of relief pitches here. Remmerswall, Eckersley's not a reliever. Do I really only have 2 relievers? Drago and Campbell? Is that what I have? Just those for relievers? Oh, Bergmeyer. I'm going to go Bergmeyer. All right, so Bergmeyer is going to come in. The Burgermeister. And let's see if he can wrap up. So Stanley goes 8. And he gives up 3 runs. And the Burgmeister comes in. All right, let's see if he can wrap it up. He's a grade B, the Burgmeister. All righty. You want to go with Campbell? All right, we'll go Campbell for you. We'll go Campbell. Again, we'll start with Campbell. All right, Campbell for the save. Here we go. Top of the 9th. Up at the plate now is Pat Putnam, 0 for 3. He's the first baseman. We're going to let him hit. A 54. That's a 32. And that's going to be hit into right field. And our right fielder today is Dwight Evans right now. Evans will come over and make the catch. We have one away in the ninth. Malberg, the catcher. He's 0 for 2, and he's got caused an error. I think I'm going to bring in a pinch hitter from Malberg. All righty. So I'm going to bring in a pinch hitter, somebody that I might know, I might have some fun with. So I got to make sure that I bring in a catcher at some point. Do I want Sugar Bear blanks? Is there anybody here I know? Johnny Grubb, Rub-a-dub-dub. I'm going to have Johnny Grubb come in and hit. So Johnny Grubb is going to pinch hit. And if I need a catcher... Oh, I got Sundberg as a catcher. Oh, I'm going to have Sundberg hit. I'm going to have Sundberg just come in and hit, and that makes it nice and easy. Sundberg. All right, so Sundberg's going to pinch hit. I know he probably didn't even play in the game, but it don't matter. So in the ninth, I'm going to have Sundberg come in, and he's going to be the catcher. Now, he's a catcher 9. So that's going to raise them to a 38, and that's going to put them in a better defensive column if they come back to whatever. All right, so one away. Sundberg coming up. Oh, no. Sundberg might have just tied this game. Coming off the bench, and we'll see you later. Sundberg comes off the bench with a pinch hit home run in the ninth, and we are tied at 4-4. Thank you very much. Well, so much for playing some other games tonight. I might be playing this one for a long time. Why is it I can't just get through a game? Why is it always going to go to extra? I don't know. But Sundberg hits it out on Campbell, and it's 4-4. All righty. Norman. Oh, boy. That's going to be an 8. So an 8C is a single. So Norman is on. So he is the go-ahead run, and he is fast. He is like Flash. All righty. Norman on, so it's going to go to the top of the order. Mickey Rivers. Still just one away. Campbell trying to lock it down, but he cannot. And a 46 is a 29. That is going to be hit back to the mound. And the only play is to second base. They will not get the double. So he is out. And on the field is Choice. Mickey Rivers, who is fast, will go to first. So we still have a runner on first. Now there's 2 outs. And unless the Sox come up with something, we're going to be going extra. Bump Willis. 46 is a 29. And that's hit back to the mound. And again, the play. So it's going to go G1 here. So they'll get 1 on the 1 hit, the 1 home run. And now we go. A blown save for the bench coach. Do we want to have Fergie Jenkins come out here? Probably not. Well, he's given up 4 runs. Yeah, I think it's only right that we swap up the pitcher the other way, too. All righty, so who's going to come in here for Fergie Jenkins? So Fergie's going to go 8. He gives up 4. Let's see. Anybody here I know? Kern. Sparky Lyle. Yeah. All right. So Sparky Lyle will come in. And let's see what he can do here in the bottom of the ninth. So in the bottom of the ninth, 4-4. Sox have blown a 4-2 lead. Stan Pappy's got a home run, so he's going to hit. There we go. A 21. That's going to be a 30. And that's going to be into left field, 1 away. Mike O'Berry, the catcher, 1 for 3, so we'll let him hit. 56. Struck him out. 2 away. And guess what, folks? Guess what we're going? Guess what's going to happen tonight? 32. 26. Down to second base. And guess what, folks? we're going extra innings. Yes, we are. Of course we are. I didn't want to do extra innings. Maybe I'll just give him a couple innings and call it a tie so I can get on to my other stuff. Yeah, happy birthday. Sox collapse. That's been my happy birthday here. Thank you, Gerald. So Campbell will stay on the mound here. Al Oliver will come up. 65, he'll pop that out to the catcher. And we have one away. Buddy Bell, everyone's favorite Bell. Buddy Bell. Uh-oh, 44. That's a 7. And that's going to be a single. So Buddy Bell is on here with a single. He is a normal runner, so we'll just put him here. So Texas has something on. 17 innings. No, I hope not. Damn, I hope not. No ghost runners. I might do more ghost runners to get this over with. I might have to cheat, get this over with. All right, Montanez, 2 for 4. Montanez, a 61. That's a 24. What do we got here in the 24? And that's a 6-4-3 double play. So they'll get out of that. All right, so I was going to call that a double play. They do get the one hit. And we now we'll play on. The band plays on, right? Sparky Lyle will come back out. Dewey Evans will hit here. He come in as a pinch hitter, moved the runners over, and didn't do absolutely anything. So here we go. A 13 is a 4. That might be a walk. And yeah. So Evans is going to draw a walk here in the 10th. Freddie Lynn. Freddie Lynn is nothing today, so he's going to bunt. Freddie Lynn's going to try to drop a bunt. Here we go. A 64 is a 14. And ball 4, Freddie Lynn walks. So the Sox, back-to-back Pantera walks. Now, Jim Rice. Now, here's the thing. It's feast or famine with Rice. He's got a home run and a single, right? He's so prone to double plays. I really would like to bring in somebody just to lay down a bunt. That like if I was the manager, that's what I would do. But one of the topics we're going to talk about is keeping it real, and you really wouldn't bring in a pinch hitter to bunt. And you wouldn't have Rice bunt. So in order to keep it real, I have to let him hit. Because if I can't suicide squeeze with Bill North on third, because Mike would get mad at me, then I can't do this either. So we're going to let him swing, and hopefully it's not a double play. So we got first. Oh, hang on. So first and second. So we got Evans and Lynn. Do I want to, I might want to pinch run for Evans, right? I might want a fast runner to score, right? The only fast guy I have is Jerry Remy. Imagine that. So we're going to pinch run, right? So Remy is going to pinch run for Evans. Oh, no, Evans is fast. What am I talking about? Never mind. Evans is fast. All right, let's just back that up. Let's just back that up. All right, back the bus up. All right, Evans is fast. Okay, so that eliminates that. All right, so I don't have to worry about that. Don't overcoach. What? Of course I'm going to overcoach. That's what I do. All right, so he's fast. So okay. I screwed up. I didn't look at his card. He pinch hit anyway. So Evans is fast. Lynn at first. We have first and second. All right. Here we go. Wall ball walk off. What do we think? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Jim Rice. Does he end the game? does he end the game? A 46 is a 6. And that's a 2-run double. And that will get it done. So Rice with a double for his trouble. And that will score Evans. And that will do it here. Boston will win in the extra innings. Let me put up the 5. So Jim Rice comes through. He is the hero. Everybody's hero. And that is that. So, that is that. What do you think? Sox pull it off. Right? Sox pull it off here. Oh, is it still 71 degrees outside? It is, I was going to open the window, 68. I don't know if that'd be too hot to open a window. Wow, huh? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. So the final score here in APA, the Sox, on my birthday, very nice, will pull this one out by a score of 5-4. Okay, so now, up next, let me just put this away. We do have an up next, by the way. Okay, we'll have an up next. That was fun. I got to say, that was fun. Going into extras, and the Sox get this run here, and they will win 5-4. That was fun. That was a good time. All right, so let me put my apper away, right? And I have more here. But wait, there's more, okay? I have more. So let me just get my Texas. Oh, can't forget Campbell, right? Got to put Campbell with the Sox. So that was a good time. All right. Now, up next on this birthday extravaganza, I'll put my Rangers away. So the Rangers lost, Jacket. Just saying. Rangers lost. Up next is another fun game of mine that I like to play. We shall erase the scoreboard here. And we'll put zeros back up. And the only problem with going from different game to different game is you got to refocus yourself on the rules and not play the wrong game. All right, so APA baseball is probably my favorite late night game right now. My other favorite game, and let me take this out here. So we are going to play this game right here. We're going to play Detroit coming into Boston. All right, so that's what we're going to do here. And I got a little setting up I have to do for this one. We are going to play probably my favorite baseball game overall right now is payoff pitch. It just kind of works really well for me, if you will. So we are going to play 1983. This is June 8th of 1983. All righty. And we're going to play some payoff pitch. So what I need to do now is get my payoff pitch dice, right? And there we go. So we have my payoff pitch dice. Well, I need my payoff pitch notes and fast action cards. So I got my little cheat sheet here. I don't know where I got this cheat sheet. I have this cheat sheet here that just it really kind of helps figure out where everything goes in the game. And I was talking to Al today. He said he had a hard time with payoff pitches. Says, this little sheet here does a lot as far as figuring out what's going on in the game. I says, some reason this game really works for me really well now that I've added that. So there is that. There is that. And then off on the side over here, all right, so I can just move everything around for the different game. I have all these other things that I have on the side that I really like. So along with the rules, you have all these things here. They really help too. It just tells you what happens on the play. So I got my stealing chart here that I really, really like using. I got my ground outs that I help out. I got my jump shot, my hit location chart, which I always use now. So it's really fun. It really is. Alrighty, so here's my jump chart, my hit chart, and my stealing base chart. And I just have those kind of like a little thing off to the side here. So that's kind of fun. Rare plays over here. I got my notes over here in case I need it. Fast action cards. And we're going to play here and have some fun. All right, so I got my pitcher fatigue cards if I need them. All right. And we are almost ready to play. So fast action cards are right here. I'm just going to give those a little flip. I don't use many of those during the game anyway, so I just keep them off to the side, and if I need one, I grab one. All right. And now let's set up the teams here. So I have my Digi Dugout all printed out, ready to go. And then I just got to refocus here on that. So let's see here. Brookins is playing, yes. Trammell, yes. Whitaker, yes. Howard Johnson, no. Gibson, yes. Parrish, yes. This guy, no. Oh, nice. Chet Lemon's playing. I love Chet Lemon. Reggie Leach, I'm kidding. Rick Leach, no. Molinaro, no. Castillo, no. Fahey, no. Walkenfuss, no. Gonzalez, no. No. Mike Ivy's not playing. Rodney. Enos Cabell is playing. Yep, thanks to Ed Meek for pointing. I always called him Cable, but he's not. And I think that should be... Glenn Wilson is in the game. Johnny Doug Grubb. Yep, Johnny's in as the DH. And our pitcher for the visitors is Jack Morris. So that's going to be our pitcher today. Jack Morris for the visitors. All right, and these are all the rest of the pitchers. Okay, so that is good to go. And so I will put this over here with the Tigers. And if I need pitchers or hitters, they're over here. Okay. And again, I'm going to do my best to play this correct. This is not a tutorial. This is me just playing here and having some fun with a couple of my favorite games here. Again, on my birthday, I hate to keep saying it. But yeah, that was a great game. Yep. And they did pull that off for me. Yep, they did. And so, and some roads, thank you so much. Scott, thank you so much. I'm just having some fun here tonight and figured I'd invite you guys in. And that's what we do. All right, so Whitaker, Cabell, Gibson, Kirk Gibson, right? He is 26 years old. I love these cards, too, how they give a little bit of stats and then the age. I do like looking at the age of these people. Parrish, Grubb, Glenn Wilson Band, Chet Lemon, Tom Brookshire, and Trammell. So that's what we have here going on for these guys here. I'm going to try to get that out of your way so you don't have a shadow here. Well, we have Fenway Park. We'll roll the dice right on Fenway Park, if you will. Might not be able to see the whole thing, but we'll do our best to get it in. And now for the Sox. Dewey Evans is playing. Jim Rice is playing. Armas is not. Yastrzemski is playing. Love it. Stapleton. No. Hoffman, yes. Remember Valdez? I played him the other day. He had that big hit. He only played a couple of games, but he was doing pretty good. Wade Boggs on the 83 Sox. I forgot this is 83. No Walker. Rick Miller is playing. I love Rick Miller. Newman, no. Graham, no. Is Remy at second? Yes. Ed Jurassic Park, no. Gutierrez, no. Allenson will be the catcher here. Is Marty Barrett playing second base? No. Reed Nichols, no. And now we have our pitcher. And why I went with this game is because not Eckersley, not Stanley, not Larry Bird, not Tudor, not Nipper. Boy, I know all these guys, huh? Not Ojeda, but Oil Can Boyd. You know, Oil Can Boyd is why I'm playing this game here. All right, let's see if I have everybody for the Red Sox. And I will put them over here if I need to to get them, and I'll keep them right next to my rules. So Allenson is hitting at the back. Remy Miller. Rice Evans. And Boggs. Yastrzemski. Stapleton. Allenson, Hoffman. And there we go. So I think we're all set now as we play Boston, Detroit. 83. I get on my Game Hounds buddy emailing me here. Oh, boy. I'm live on YouTube right now with my birthday stream. Bitches. That's how we talk to each other. Again, if you're going to Colorado, I'll be talking a little bit about the Game Hounds podcast and what's going on with them. That was part of that group for a while. Still in touch with them. I really haven't done a podcast show for them in 6 years, 5 or 6 years, and we still talk all the time. So, fun times. All right, let's see if I can refocus here and play some of this game here. Let me back up just a smidge so we can get everything in. So we have the cards. We have the Fenway Park right here. I'll probably just roll the dice over Fenway Park. And here we go. All right, I need to, again, changing games here and see how I do. All right, Sox Detroit payoff pitch. Let's see if I can play this one here. Lou Whitaker will come up. All righty. And so we have how about if I put the pitcher out here? Okay, right off the bat, I made a mistake. There we go. Oil Can Boyd is on the mound, so we got a 6. That's an in-play 40. Just missed it. So Whitaker, a lefty against a righter, an in-play 40, misses it, and that's going to be a pop-up to first base. And coming over and making that catch at first base, our first baseman is Dave Stapleton. And we have one away. And now we have Cabell. Enos Cabell. We have a 10. We got a ballpark check. A ballpark 55. So he's a righty. And, we got a wheelhouse. Boy. So we have a wheelhouse here. Cabell. Wheelhouse against a righty pitcher. A 32. And that's going to be a single because he likes to mingle, and he will single into left field. So Cabell on with the single. All right, so we have one on here and one away. Yeah, I saw that. I said, so see, here's back to being red. Is that what it is, Edie? Yep. My Game Hounds co-host. Edie, I picked up Skyrim last night. I did. I have Skyrim ready to go. And did you hear they're remaking Oblivion with the Skyrim engine? Oh, yes. You will be mine. You will be mine. So I'm really looking forward to getting back to Skyrim. And it's red now. Oh, boy. Oh, and you're drunk. Okay. So you get red hair and you're drunk. Okay, back to red. Okay. Back to Ted. Okay. That's all right. It's all right. You can be drunk. It's perfectly fine to be drunk at 58 years old. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. So we have a man on first base, and it's Kirk Gibson coming up against Oil Can Boyd. We got a 3. Ooh, we got a defensive check. All right. So I need a card. It's going to be an error on the second baseman. Error on the second baseman. So who's the second baseman? Remy. Okay, his error is a 4. So a 4, 34. Yeah, he's going to make an error. Remy cannot come up with the ball. And the error is going to be one base. So Cabell the second. And we got an error right off the bat. And now we have first and second. Yeah, they've leaking the Oblivion. And it's like, ooh, yes. Yes. As soon as I get ready to play Skyrim, they drop Oblivion. Now, if they can make Oblivion play like Skyrim, yeah, that's going to be 2 great adventure games. It's kind of like peanut butter and chocolate, like mixed together, right? So we have first and second, one away. Lance Parrish coming up. Sox are in some trouble here. We got a 5. That's in play. Oh, no, rare play. Rare plays. Let's get the rare play chart. I love rare plays. I do. I love rare plays. So we have, let's see. It's not bases empty. Runners on base. And we said it was in play, right? Runners on base in play. Runners on base in play. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So let's roll the dice again. And let's see what this rare play is going to be. A 43. Runners on base in play. 43. All right, let's read along here. Reroll the 2d6. Check the pitcher's card as normal. Okay. All remaining batters this inning automatically check that result until the pitcher is replaced or the inning ends. What does that mean? Okay. Oh, so that's okay. We roll and we look, and whatever it is, that's going to be the rest of the inning. Okay, until he's replaced or the inning ends. All runners advance 2 bases on all hits until the inning ends. Oh! This is one of those like reoccurring dreams, right? That's what I think it is. So we're going to re-roll, and that's going to stay this for the rest of the inning. And every hit is two bases, right? That's what it said. All runs advance 2 bases on all hits. Wow, that's kind of interesting. This is Detroit Tigers and Boston Red Sox 1983 is what I'm playing right now. And this, I think, is my favorite baseball game right now. All right, so that bat basically just established a rare play. So we're going to roll here, and we have a 9. So it's going to be in play. So everything this inning is in play, so I don't even need to roll these anymore. That's what I got out of that rare play. All right, so first and second. 1 out. Lance Parrish again now. And remember, all runners advance 2 bases until the end of the inning. So I have an 86 on an in play. And that's going to be... we got a ground ball down the shortstop. Ground ball down the shortstop. A double play 8 and a double play 6. And that's going to be a double play. So despite the rare play, putting them at an extreme disadvantage, they'll get out of it with a double play. So they'll get 1 hit. They will not get any runs. And we go to the bottom of the first inning here in Boston. And it's Detroit, absolutely nothing, in Boston coming to bat. Okay. So here we are. Jack Morris, the cat, will be pitching here. And Jerry Remy will come up. The boyfriend was asking. I see. He was close. Yeah, he was close. 83, 86. Probably just a lot of the same guys. And Pete Jett said how many the first game went into the 1 inning, bottom of the 10th, and Rice doubled. We had 2 walks, and Rice doubled. Jimmy Rice doubled. And so the Red Sox won the first game 5-4. Now we're in the bottom of the first. Jerry Remy coming up here. Jerry Remy. And we have an 8, and that's going to be a tough. You think you're tough. And a 67, and Morris is a righty, too. So that's going to be a ground ball down the shortstop. And we have 1 away. That is that. Rick Miller coming up. Always like Rick Miller. Don't know why. Always like Rick Miller. 007, and the pesky pole coming by. Thank you so much. I had a fun day today. I had 2 cakes today. I went to 2 houses, and I had 2 cakes. Did you miss Ron singing? It's probably a good thing if you did. So we have a 9. That's another tough boy. Look at the 4 toughs on the Morris card. He's going to be tough. You know? All right, so we have a tough 28 with Rick Miller. And strike him out. Rick Miller goes down swinging. We have 2 away. Well, it's going to be a fast game here as the Tigers have Jack Morris on the mound. He looks pretty good. All righty, so now, anybody can check real quick, how did the Tigers do that year? I usually check to see how they did compared to the Red Sox, or compared to whoever else they're playing here. All right, so Jimmy Rice. So we have a 6. That's a tough, and a 77. Ooh, he almost fought that off, but he's going to fly that into center field. So it's a 1, 2, 3 inning here. We go to the top of the second, and it's the Sox, absolutely nothing, and the Tigers, absolutely nothing. This is June 8, 1983. Okay? And as you know, what I do is I just go back in time and just pick a game. And I usually look at the pitchers. And if there's a couple of pitchers I want to play, I play. That's just what it is. Beatles coming by. Good to see you, Beatles. I played a little APA baseball here. Now I got some payoff pitch. I might have some hockey coming up later. I don't know how long I'm going to go. I'm just kind of having some fun here tonight. After my road trip today. Saw some friends today. Had a good time. All right, so we got Johnny Grubb. Rub-a-dub-dub. Here's Johnny Grubb. And what do we have? A 3? So it's going to be a defensive check. All right, so this ball is going to be hit back to the mound. And Oil Can Boyd, I got to check his error. Where is his error? 1. So I have a 190, and no, Oil Can Boyd will make the play. So we're going to call that a G1. And I think that's how we play that. And so we have 1 away. Johnny Grubb hits it right back to the mound. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Yep, that fielding's a 1, right? B1. B is his range, 1 is his error, something like that. And P-Jet says the Tigers were 92-70 and in second place. Okay, so they had a good squad. The Sox were what, like 4th or 5th place or something? All right, Oil Can Boyd to Glenn Wilson. He sounds like a country singer, doesn't he, Glenn Wilson? We have a 5 that's going to be in play, but an 87 is going to be out of range, and that's going to be hit down the shortstop. And that shortstop today is Glenn Hoffman, right? And he will put him out. Now we have everybody's favorite Lemon, Chet Lemon. I love Chet Lemon. Don't know why. And they finished behind the Orioles, who won it all. Okay. Thank you so much. So with 2 away now, it's going to be Oil Can Boyd pitching to Chet Lemon. We have a 9. That's going to be in play. 05, though. And that's going to be a double for his trouble. So Chet Lemon with a 2-out double. And he will go down here to second base. And they're the Tigers, so I'll go blue. Right? I'll go blue for the Tigers. Right? And I'll go red for the Red Sox. Or white for the home team. Whatever we do. We'll figure it out. Okay, so Tom Brookshire comes up. Man on second. And now I got to start considering my my base running here. Although I have 2 outs, so it's not really that big of a deal. I've really done a good job getting the base running of this game down. Okay? I know I was talking to Al today. He's like, I have trouble with the base running. He says, I did too, but now I just spent like an hour with the game, and now I'm okay with the base running. All right, the go-ahead run at second base, we have a 7. Ooh, you think you're tough. And a 21 is strike him out. So he'll get out of the inning. They do get a hit, but they'll get absolutely nothing across, and he will have to go sit down. And so we go to the bottom of the second here in Boston. It is Detroit nothing and the Red Sox nothing. Jack Morris, going to be tough to beat today. Going to be tough to beat. Dwight Evans will come up here facing Jack Morris. And we have an 8. That's another tough, a tough 95. And that's going to be flied into left field. Coming over near the line is Kirk Gibson. And Gibson will make the play. Wade Boggs. I didn't realize he was 25. I didn't realize Wade Boggs was with the Sox here, but he was with the Sox in 83. And here we go, 1 away. And we have a 4. That's a patient, little patient. And a patient 94. Oh, jeepers. Everything to 82 would have been okay, but a 94 is going to be a fly ball into right field. And the right fielder today in right field is Glenn Wilson. So Glenn Wilson will make the catch, and now we have 2 away. No, I didn't mark that off. So we get 2 away now for Yaz, 43-year-old Carl Yastrzemski. The Sox were 78 and 84. They were only 20 games behind the Orioles, so it was basically it was a barn burner. 9, another tough for Morrison. A 15 is going to be a strikeout, so he strikes out Yaz. So here we go, top of the third. Absolutely nothing going on here in Boston. It is all zeros as Oil Can Boyd comes back out. Jack Morris pitching a gem right here right now. Boyd's given up a couple of hits. So top of the third, Alan Trammell will come up. And we have a 5. That's going to be in play. And a 41, out of range, so that's going to be popped up. And the first baseman today is Dave Stapleton. He will make the catch, and we have 1 away. All righty. Lou Whitaker, he popped it up to first base his first time up. A 2. That's an in-play 16, and that's going to be a single because he likes to mingle. So Lou Whitaker is on base, so we'll put a Tiger on first base. And Enos Cabell will come up here to take on Oil Can Boyd. He singled back in the first. So we got a man on first, 1 away. Double play depth for the Sox. We have a 5. That's in play 64. This is fly ball into right field. And we're going to hold the runner here, right? So we'll double check here. So an in play, fly ball to right field, the runner on first will hold. Yes, the runner on first very rarely will try to tag. So we have 2 outs now. And it's going to be Kirk Gibson. Yeah, that Kirk Gibson. Okay. And Pesky Pole says the first ever baseball game I ever attended was a World Series game in '83. Wowzers. He was 8 years old. That is super cool. I've only gone to one playoff game in my life. It was the Bruins Capitals in '88, I think it was. And they won 4-0. They beat the Capitals. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so much. We're trying to have some fun playing some games here tonight. I did an unboxing, and I played a baseball game. Now I'm playing another baseball game, and I might sneak in a hockey game here before I call it a night. I don't know. Again, it's just wide open here tonight. I'll probably be up all night. I got my nap in after I traveled around the state today, having some fun, meeting some friends. All right, so we got 2 outs now. Kurt Gibson, we got a 10. Uh-oh, ballpark check. He's a lefty, a ballpark lefty, 26. And, okay, well, that's going to be in play, so that's not too bad. All right, so it's in play now. Kirk Gibson in play against a righty, 27. Just missed it. He popped that up. The second baseman comes over, makes the catch with a nice play, and that will do it. So they get another hit, but they don't get anything across. We're going to go to the bottom of the third here at Fenway, and it's still absolutely nothing to absolutely nothing. And again, I don't know which game I like better, Apper or this one here. These are like 2 of my favorites right now. I need to get some other games back on the table, Strat and Season Ticket. There's so many baseball games I enjoy playing. I just tend to gravitate towards these two right now. I don't know what it is, but this is what I go to. All righty, so we have Dave Stapleton again. So Morris has been mowing him down, so we're in the third. This is his first at-bat. And a 6, another tough. Wow, tough 15. Strike him out. So Stapleton goes down on a swing, and we have 1 away. Gary Allenson. Let's see what Gary's going to do. And we have a 5. That's a tough. And a 41. Strike him out. 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts now for Jack Morris. So Sox in some trouble here in June of '83. Glenn Hoffman, his first at-bat. And we have a 5. That's a tough. That's an 8. And he struck out the side. 9 up, 9 down. We go to the top of the 4th. And it's really nothing. Makes it easy, right? When you don't have base runners, you don't have to figure anything out. So, Al, if you're watching, the key is don't put base runners on, and then you don't have to figure out anything. All right. Oil Can Boyd facing Lance Parrish, who hit into a double play. So we have a 7. So that's going to be a tough. You think you're tough. Tough 23. And Oil Can Boyd gets a strikeout. And we have 1 away. So, if you like pitchers, this is the day for pitchers. Johnny Grubb. Rub-a-dub-dub. It's Johnny Grubb. We have a 9. That's going to be in play 76. We come over here. Fly ball into center field. Our center fielder today is Rick Miller. Love Rick Miller. And Rick Miller will make the catch. He's going to fly like an eagle, Rick Miller, right? To the sea and make the catch. Now we have Glenn Wilson with 2 away. Right, 2 away. I always forget to do that. Here we go. A 6. That's an in-play 56. And Glenn Wilson's going to hit this into right field. Hit it pretty solid. But our right fielder today is Dwight Evans, and nothing gets by Dwight Evans. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. So we go to the bottom of the fourth. Still nothing here at Fenway. Jerry Remy. So, again, it's been 9 up and 9 down. So we're in the fourth. This is second time through the order. Remy grounded out. Ooh, a 2. That's a ballpark check in the 34. So Remy being a lefty, ballpark 34. Oh, it's in play. Bummer. So that's going to be in play, not a wheelhouse. So Remy swings and 72. Ooh, way out. Ground ball down to the opposite side. And that's going to be the shortstop, Alan Trammell. And so the Sox have one away. Here's my buddy Rick Miller. Going to fly like an eagle. 12 on 11. Ooh, that's a wheelhouse. Oh, 73. You can't connect when you're rolling high like that. So it's going to be hit right at the shortstop. And it's going to be a nice, easy play by Trammell again. So we have 2 away. So they get the wheelhouse hit, but they can't get anything done with it. Wheelhouse, again, if you're new to this game, wheelhouse is the best for the batter. Tough is the best for the pitcher. And anything else, ballpark, defense, and in play, and patient. Patient's usually good for walks and stuff like that. But if you're a batter, you want the wheelhouse. That's where you get most of your hits and all your home runs. All right, so it's going to be Jim Rice now, 2 away. And we have a 5. That's a tough 36, and he struck him out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts. It's 12 up, 12 down for the Sox. And we're going to go to the top of the 5th. Oil Can Boyd kind of keeping the Sox in this one. That's the only thing keeping them in it, because their bats have not even connected with the ball. All right, top of the 5th, right? It's going to be Chet Lemon, and Chet Lemon doubled. 7. That's going to be a tough 82, and it's going to be a ground ball down the shortstop. And our shortstop today is Glenn Hoffman, and he will make the play. We have 1 away. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Hoffman. Tom Brookins. Don't call me Tom Brookshire. We have a 10. That's going to be a ballpark 61. And so if we look at the ballpark 61, that's going to be a wheelhouse against a right-handed batter. Oh, boy. Brookins, 1-40, gets a hit on the wheelhouse. 18, and strikes this one off the wall for a double. Just missed a home run as he hits it off the left field wall, and Brookins will go into second base with a double for his trouble. So we have a man on second here in the top of the 5th with 1 away. And yeah, Alan, we don't want to jinx anybody. We don't want to jinx anybody. It's looking good though. Better than that. Don't want to jinx anybody. So, Alan Trammell now with a go-ahead run at second base. A 3. That's going to be a defensive check. Let's see what goes on in the defensive check. The range of the first baseman. So, this is hit down to first base. That is Dave Stapleton. His range at first base is B. All righty? So, we have a B 28, and that's going to be a hit. A hit. So hit down to second base, and that's going to be a single, 1 base. All right? Just a single. So Brookins is going to stop at third base on that single. He had to hold up to check to see what was happening. So we have first and third with 1 away. So we're going to play double play depth here. We're not going to be playing anybody in right now. And, I haven't been checking for steals because I really haven't had a chance to steal, right? I've had a couple of chances, but I keep forgetting for that. That's one. I tell you, you go from one game to another, you forget. I keep forgetting to check the steal. So I'll have to do that if we get guys on base. Trammell, let me take Alan Trammell. He's a steal 5. You know something? Let's roll to see if he steals. All right? No, he doesn't. And I believe, like the pickoff, right? That's a 12, right? If you throw a 12, stealing bases 7. Like I say, it could go from game to game. Sometimes I forget. Pickoff, yeah. If I roll a 12, I go to the pickoff chart. Okay, so we have one away. First and third, Lou Whitaker. Chance to put the Tigers up here. Here we go. It's Lou. That's going to be in play. 49. This is a ground ball to first base. All right, so with one away, it's hit down to first base. Our first baseman today is Stapleton. Let's see if he turns 2. All right, so we need 6 or less to turn to double play. All righty. So hit down to Stapleton. Yes, he will get the double play. A 3-6-3 double play will end the inning. Woo! Sox get out of it. We go to the bottom of the 5th here in Boston. It's nothing to absolutely nothing. All righty. Jack Morris back on the mound here. 12 up, 12 down for the pitcher. And let's see what we got going on here. Dwight Evans trying to break up anything here. So we have a 7. Now that's going to be in play in a 45. Oh, missed it. And it's going to be line drive at the shortstop. One away. So sitting there waiting for that one was Alan Trammell, who's been very busy at shortstop today. Wade Boggs. A 10. That's going to be a patient 3. And that'll be a walk. So that's going to be our first base runner as Boggs with the Pantera walk. All right, now he's a steal too, so I'm not going to try to steal. All right, so let's put Boggs on first base. And I did forget to check for the steals, but again, that's all right. We've only had a couple of base runners anyway, so here we go. We now have Kyle Yastrzemski coming up. Man on first. One away. 4. That's a patient 70, and that's a single. So now, on a patient 70, so what we do with patient is we flip the card, right? Tough is 1 base, wheelhouse and 2 outs are 2. Patient and single, we flip the card. So Yaz with a single breaks up the no-hitter, and let me see here. What did we say that was? A patient. Oh, the line drive into center field, and that's going to send the runner down to third. So Boggs down to third. Yaz breaks up the no-hitter, and we have first and third for the Sox with 1 away. So that's the first hit of the day. That might be the only hit of the day. So we got runners on first and third. And it's going to be Dave Stapleton, who was one of the many strikeout victims. So here we go. Stapleton 1 away. Double play depth. And we have a 9. It's going to be a tough 27. Oh, hang on. He's going to fight this off in single. Stapleton's going to single. Now a tough, again, is 1 base, so we don't even got to worry about that. And Boggs will score. So Boggs comes in to score. Yaz down to second, and Stapleton comes over here, and we have our first run of the day. Yay! Who would have thought, right? 12 up, 12 down. And now the Sox get on the board. It is 1-0 as Stapleton flares one into the outfield. Wow. I didn't think they were going to get a run at all, right? And like Alan said, I might get a no-hitter. Not anymore. Not anymore. That's all right, Alan. We have fun here. That's what we do. I blew a save in one game and jinxed a no-hitter in the other. Well, you know, that's all right. This is what we do. We have a good time here, right? We just have a good time. We're having a good time, I hope. Gary Allenson now with first and second and 1 away. Morris showing some cracks in here. And that's, that's a patient 17. And he walks the bases loaded. So there's a sock on every base. And coming up is someone you never want to face, the 9-hitter, Glenn Hoffman. Should I have him bunt? Should I just have him bunt? Double play depth here. Morris in a jam, 1 run in. And we have 3. That's a defensive check. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. So it's going to be the range of the shortstop. Now, I don't even need to check the range on the chart because I rolled a 3. And a 3 is going to be a hit no matter what. So this is hit right by Trammell. It's going to be a single 2 bases, according to my chart. Oh, boy. So Yastrzemski scores. Stapleton scores. Allenson the third, and Hoffman comes over here to first. So Yastrzemski scores. Stapleton scores. Allenson the third, and Hoffman with a single here. And 2 runs are in now. And if I had told you the Sox would be up 3-0, you'd be calling me a liar, right? So here we go. It is 3-0 Boston. So Boston getting it done on my birthday extravaganza here. And I told you, you don't want to face Glenn Hoffman. You really don't. So we have first, still 1 out. Morris just can't believe it. He got a line drive from Evans to start the inning. And after that, it's just been downhill. So still just 1 away. We have runners on. We have 3 runs in, and it's first and third, as you can see here on my display. So now we have an in-play 40, and this is a ground ball back to the pitcher. Okay, so right back to the mound. Let's see if this is going to be a double play. 5 or less on the double play. And no, it's an 8. So that's going to be a play down to, again, we're not playing infield in, so we're playing double play. So the run will score. Right, let me just double check. Oh, wait, hang on a sec. This was hit down to, oh, damn it. Where was it hit? Where was it hit? Damn it. Where was that ball hit? Because if that's hit to the pitcher, then the run's not going to score. I don't remember where it was hit. So it was in play. Was it first base? I think it was first base. Oh, it was to the pitcher? Okay, thanks, Alan. So if it's hit to the pitcher on an in play, and we have first and third, and the fielders are not in, okay, so he went for the double play. I'm looking at my chart here, and the fielders are not in. It doesn't matter. We go to the double play rules. Yeah, so he tried to turn 2, and he did not. So he gets just the 1. So they got the lead runner at second base. So Allenson scores, Hoffman's out, and Remy at first on the fielder's choice. So he will score, he's out, and Remy will take first. So we have 2 away. But the run comes in, and that's kind of how I'm playing that. Just going by my chart there, is that they tried to turn 2 and didn't get it. So that's Morris. Again, he's a 5. I probably should have played in with that or looked him back or something. I wonder if there's anything I could do with that, because that's a tough double play for him with a 5. So I'm thinking I probably should have, if it hit to the pitcher, I probably should have done something different. But anyway, that's how it plays. That's how it played out. So the Sox now with 4 runs in this inning, and now just the man on first base being Remy. So that's how that goes. So he hit it back to the pitcher, threw it to short, and they got the runner at second, and Remy beats out the throw to first into the run scores. That's how I'm playing that. All right. A 5. We got a tough 77, and that'll get out of the inning with a fly ball to center field by Rick Miller. But damage is done. 3 hits and 4 runs come across for the Sox in the 5th. A disastrous inning for the Tigers. Yeah, vintage Sox on the table. Let's see if they collapse. Then it'll be vintage Sox. Right? Not that I'm bitter about my baseball childhood at all, but anyway. All right, so let's clear the bases. Oil Can Boyd coming back out here. Now, the fatigue here is a little bit different in this game, and I do like to use the fatigue. Yeah, right. We'll see. It's still early. It's the top of the 6. So his fatigue is 8, and Jack Morris's fatigue is 8. So we're okay with that. And I think the fatigue is 8 and 3 runs, right, in payoff pitch. I think that's what it is. I do like that fatigue rule in payoff pitch. I do like that. Compared to all the games, I think I like that fatigue rule. It's easiest for me. Enos Cabell, 1 for 2. A 5. It's going to be in play. A 31's a single, but a 32 is going to be a pop-up down to second base. And Remy will come over and take away a hit. And it's 1 away. Kirk Gibson is, well, he got on with an error. Everything's been to second base. An error at second base, and he popped it up to second base. So let's see what goes on now. We have a 6. It's going to be an in-play 45, and this is lined right at the shortstop. And our shortstop today is Glenn Hoffman, who makes the play, and we have 2 away. So Oil Can Boyd, struggled, but he hasn't given up a run yet. All right, and Morris will be fatigued once he gets to the 8th, I'm telling you. A 7. You think you're tough. 30. Struck him out. 1, 2, 3 inning, mowing him down, and Oil Can Boyd storms off. Looks at the crowd and says, yeah, don't forget about me. Don't you? Right? We don't want to do that. So we go to the bottom of the 6th here in Boston. Oh, Boston got 4 in the 5th. I screwed that up here. Not that it matters, but when I go back and look at it, I'm going to want to know. Caught us watching some WrestleMania tonight and some NHL. Yeah, I picked a bad night, right? Or I picked a good night. They're going to have WrestleMania on my birthday, opening playoffs for the NHL on my birthday, and here I am playing baseball. That's all right. It gives everyone a choice. Everyone can do what they want to do, right? We're having fun here. What I do is I'll have something on the TV and something on my phone or the iPad. So I'm either watching something and then watching somebody stream. So I'm just like that. I'm everywhere. I'm all over the place. And you got some Stone Cold hockey. Nice. Yeah, it's fun. ASG golf. I gotta get back into Apple golf. Speaking of ASG golf. All right, so we're gonna go to the bottom of the 6th. We're gonna have Jim Rice coming up, and the Sox are leading 4-0. We have an 8. That's going to be a tough, and a 71 comes all the way over here, and that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. And our second baseman today is Lou Whitaker. He will make the play, and we have 1 away. Oil Can Boyd from Meridian, Mississippi. And also Steve Fobert. I'm not sure who's it. Fobert. I haven't heard of him. We got a wheelhouse 71 for Evans. But it's it's going to be in play. Unfortunately, it's going to be in play. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. No, 71. I'm sorry. That's a straight-up wheelhouse. 71 is a single. Yeah, 70. Oh, whew, good thing I caught that. I'm so used to going to here. No, a wheelhouse goes right. That's a single because he likes to mingle. So Evans is on with a single, a one-out single. And that is that. Tiger Bob, thank you so much. I've been enjoying your stuff, by the way. Usually what I do at night is I used to listen to hockey games and baseball game at night, but now I put on YouTube, and I'll try to watch or listen to somebody that does something, during the day. So, yep, a lot of your stuff I listen to. A lot of Jerry's stuff at night, too. So it's been kind of fun watching you guys play and following along the best I can. Usually I just put it on and listen, but it's fun, very relaxing. All right, so we have one on, and it's going to be Wade Boggs, who got a walk and started the whole mess back in the 5th. So we have a 6. That'll be a tough 98, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field. No one going anywhere. 2 away. And now Yastrzemski, who singled. He got the first hit of the game back in the 5th. Here we go. 7. That's in play 19, and that's going to be a single. And on in play, we said 2 outs is automatic extra base. So Evans will go to third, and Yaz with a single, and that's kind of how I play that. 2 outs are automatic extra base, no matter who it is. And that's just kind of how I play, right? Okay, so here we go. Dave Stapleton singled. I think he might have singled in a run, too. We'll find out. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Morris in some trouble here. We have an 11. Oh, my goodness. Can you believe this? I'm going to have to take him out. Wheelhouse 18, and Stapleton sends this over the monster. It's a 3-run home run. Dave Stapleton, who hit 8 home runs against righties, connects today with a home run. Boy, we've had some strange home runs. Was it Pappy? Now Stapleton. Holy cow, this is not going the way I thought it was going. 12 up, 12 down for Morris. And now we're going to have to take him out because he's given up more than 6, and that fatigues him, I'm pretty sure. So, where's my 7? It's my lucky 7. A home run, a touch 'em all by Dave Stapleton. So he scores. He scores, and then he touches them all, and he scores. And it's 7-0. And that'll do it for Jack Morris. So, thank you for playing. Oh. Yeah, I am right. Yeah, Dave Stapleton, right? It was Dave Stapleton hit the home run. I'm not lying, Gerald. Nope, not gonna lie. Yep, I had Stan Pappy. I think it was Stan Pappy. A home run in the last game. He was Big Pappy tonight with that home run. It's been crazy. It's been totally crazy. All right, well, we need to do this. You know, Morris, you were really good, but you're coming out. All right, so I got to see who I can bring in here. I'm not really sure who the fatigue 7 3. Oh, so these must be the relievers. So he can go long relief. Again, this is just a one-off, so I'm not really too sure about. So we're going to bring in Lopez. All right, we're going to bring in Aurelio Lopez as our relief pitcher here. I think if there's a single number, they're a starter. So let's bring in Lopez, I guess. Unless I really want to get crazy here. So I want to get crazy. That was weird. All right, let me go to my 83 season. Let's check the Tigers and just make sure that I'm bringing in somebody because they're getting lit up here. All right, so here's my Tigers. And, okay, my relief pitchers. Yeah, Lopez is the closer. All right, so hang on. We don't want to do Lopez. Okay. Bailey, Bear, and Gumpert. Bailey, Bear. So, all right, so we'll go Bailey. All right, we're going to go Bailey. I want to bring in the closer. I love how Baseball Reference does this. It's my favorite website, like, ever. After YouTube, it's the reference sites. I love it. Senior Smoke. Yeah, I'll bring him in later. We're going to go Bailey. All right, so Morris goes, what, 5 2/3? 5.2? And he gives up 7 runs. Wow, he went 12 up and 12 down, and then he got firecrackered. All right, so let's go to our next batter, Gary Allenson. So Howard Bailey comes in, and we're going to get a 7. That's going to be an in-play 38, and he'll get the out where they pop up to first base. But 1, 2, 3, 3 hits and 3 runs in this inning. And wow, after going 4 shutout innings, the Tigers get lit up, and they trail 7-0 here in Boston. How about that? All righty, so let's go the 7th inning. This has been nuts, right? That's why we play, though, right? That's why we play. Johnny Grubb. Let's see what he can do. a ground out, and a fly out against Oil Can, who's in the 7th. An 8, that'll be a patient, a little patient, and that'll be a walk. So Tiger's looking to come back here. We'll put a man on base. Oh, now we got to check for, his stealing's F. All right, I got to remember to check for steal, so nothing. Nothing on a steal. All right, and I got to check wild pitches, too. I keep forgetting that. I always do that. I'll get better at it. I will. All right, Glenn Wilson comes up. And we're going to get a 4. That's going to be a tough 9. Struck him out. So Glenn Wilson will sit down. Sit down. And there's one away. Chet Lemon, everyone's favorite Lemon. Chet Lemon comes up here. He's got a double in this game. Didn't go anywhere, but he got a double. So we have a 6. That's in play, and a 75 will come over here, and that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And that's going to be 2 away. Alrighty. Tom Brookins. He's got a double in this game. And we have a 6. That's an in play, but an 88. That's too much. That's going to be a ground ball. The shortstop will get it, and that will end this inning. So, Oil Can throwing some shutout ball here. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th here in Red Sox Nation. And the Sox comfortably up over the Tigers. And Cutter wants the cup to come home to Canada. Yep. It'll eventually. It will at some point. I don't know who it'll be. It probably won't be Toronto. Edmonton, though. I think Edmonton has the best chance. All right, so let's go to Glenn Hoffman, right? Who singled? And that was a big single. All right, so we have a 10. That'll be a tough. And a 6. That's going to be a strikeout. Oh, against a lefty, though. I got to remember he's a lefty. Oh, I got to make sure that I check that now. Struck him out. So, struck him out. 1 away. Oh, let me get the Tiger off the base. What are you doing on first base? Get out of there. Jerry Remy coming up here. He's 0 for the day. And we have a 9. That'll be a tough 78. And it's going to be a fly ball into center field. So we have 2 away. You know, once you get in the flow of this game, this actually plays almost as simple as APA Basic, I would say. A couple different things to check, but, you know. All right, so we have a 5, and that's going to be an in-play. 95 is going to be into right field. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bailey. And we go to the 8th here at Fenway. All right. 7-0. Sox. All right, so if we're in the 8th, and he can go 8, but he hasn't given up a run, so there's no fatigue, right? No fatigue. Let me just double check. All right, let me just double check here on the pitcher fatigue. I like to check this here. All right. That's what I like to do. He may continue at full strength until he's allowed 3 or more runs, and he's fatigued. So he will continue on until he allows 3 or more runs. Perfect. All righty. Alan Trammell, he's played well at short today. He's got a hit as well. And D. Scott, hi D. Thanks, thank you so much. And lots of transplants in Vancouver from the rest of Canada. Everyone's back in the Canadiens team. Good for them. Good for them. And no fatigue yet. Okay, thank you so much, Alan. Again, I come off of Apple. When I play this game a lot, as in any game, you get into the groove, and then you play something else, and you come out of the groove. All right, so we're going to start off with Trammell here in the 8th. So we have we got a rare play. So that I know. So let me get out my rare play chart. So we got a rare play with bases empty, and that was what? 8 is a patient. So we have a patient, bases empty patient, bases empty patient. All right, bases empty patient. All right, here we go. Let's see what this rare play is. A 16. Pitcher just misses on a 3-0 count and walks the batter. The pitcher has a few choice words, and the umpire ejects the pitcher. So we got a walk and an ejection. Now, I don't know how I feel about that because he's pitching a shutout, right? He's pitching a shutout. You know something? I'm not going to throw him out. I'll give him the walk, but I'm not throwing him out. Alrighty. So I'm going to veto that rare play and just give him the walk. You know, in a shutout game, you wouldn't put yourself on the line to get kicked out in a shutout game. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so let me check for the steal. Alrighty. Hey, you think so? You think I should kick him out? A loose cannon? I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll my die. And it says yes. I'm going to go with Josh. I'm going to say no toss. Again, my birthday, my rules. This game doesn't matter anyway. So I'm going to say no. All right, let me see if Trammell's going to try to steal. So he's got a 5. And no, he won't steal. And that is that. Mike comes by. Hi, Mike. Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, I played some map of baseball tonight. I'm playing some payoff pitch. I might even sneak in a hockey game right after this. You never know. Again, yeah, I don't usually go this long, but I'm just kind of having some fun tonight and hoping you guys are too. And I know everyone's watching hockey playoffs and WrestleMania, but yeah, I'm going to give him a stern warning. Yeah, I'm going to give him a wag. I'm going to give him a wag. All right, so we got a man on first with nobody out, and the top of the order, Lou Whitaker. All righty, so I'm not going to throw out Boyd. Not on that. Again, my rules, my game, right? Why not? So it's going to be a tough 32. Struck him out. And so it is 1 away. Sometimes the rare plays are cool. Sometimes you're like, eh. We have an 8. That's a little patient. 75. Fly ball in the center. And we got 2 away now. After a stern warning, Oil Can would have said something. Yeah, he might have. But 7-0, though, yeah, maybe he would have. But, I mean, he's pitching a shutout. He probably wants to go the distance. It's a contract year. So we have an in-play 33. That's a pop-up. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 inning. And so we go to the bottom of the 8th. Can you believe it? The Sox have chased Jack Morris after 12 up and 12 down. And they lead this mess 7-2, absolutely nothing. Jim Rice coming up. He did well in my Appa game. He had a home run and a walk-off double. That was fun. I did enjoy that. And so Rice is 0 for everything tonight. So the left fielder comes in against Bailey. And we have a 7. It's going to be an in-play 17. And that's going to be a single. So Rice is on with a single. Alrighty, now Rice is a steal 1, so we're going to say no on the steal. And Joshua comes in and says, okay, the Oil Can said something deserving of the ejection, but the ump exercised restraint for the kid. Yeah, the ump said, look, you're pitching a shutout. He probably said, I don't want to throw you out, so just shut up. Okay, that's what he said. That's what I heard. That was the story going around. All right, so we got a man on, and Dwight Evans coming up. All right, and no stealing for Rice. So we got a 3. So it's going to be a defensive check. So this is going to be hit down to the shortstop. We're going to check for an error. So our shortstop is Trammell. And our shortstop error, we said error check, right, is a 4. He's an E4. So we have a 4-31, and he's going to boot it. So it's hit down to Trammell. It's short, and the error is 1 base. We're going to go E6 on that. Everyone's safe. So Rice goes down to second. Evans to first. And, boy, this game is just falling apart here for the Tigers. Wade Boggs coming up. You know what we're going to do? No, I was going to say we're going to bunt. But our next show is about keeping it real, and we would not bunt up 7-0. Okay, so anyways, all right, so we're going to let him swing. Here we go. Swinging away. Oh my gosh, that's a wheelhouse 11, and that's a double. Boggs is going to slap this on a double, a looping liner into right field. How about that? So it's a looping liner, into right field. That's going to score Rice Evans to third and a double for Boggs. Right? Because on a wheelhouse, everybody moves up the extra base. Oh, wait a sec. So on a double, in a wheelhouse, you get the extra base automatically. So he will score automatic, and he will score too. So everyone's going to score because it's a wheelhouse double in the right field. And so Boggs drives in a couple of runs, and folks, guess what? It is 9-0. Holy cow. Did not expect this. Boy, I tell you, I like both of these games I've played tonight. I really do. And I know it's because the Sox are winning, but it's still fun. All right, so with nobody out, Yastrzemski comes up. Howard Bailey in some trouble here. It is 9-0. So we have a 9. That's going to be a tough 23. And Yaz is going to strike out, so at least there's one away. Now Dave Stapleton, who all he's done is single and home run today. So they're backing up. They're playing deep. We got a 7. That's an in-play. 64. That's a ground ball to second base. And so that'll send the runner over to third. But there's 2 away. And Gary Allenson coming up with a runner at third. 9-0 Red Sox. And has Bailey given up 3? I don't think so. So we have a 5. That's an in-play 50. And that's going to be popped up. Oh, no, ground ball to first. G3. So they get 2 more hits. And they get 2 more runs. So we go to the top of the 9th. Here in Beantown, it is the Sox 9 and Detroit 0. Can Oil Can Boyd get the complete game? Now the circle is complete. I am the master. All right, so Parrish, the catcher, 2 strikeouts and a double play. He's not having a good day, but we're going to let him hit anyway. So we have a 6. That's an in-play 29. He's going to single, right? He's going to send a single into the opposite field. And so Parrish is on with nobody out. And they need 9 runs. If they get 9 runs, okay, here's the deal. If payoff pitch somehow allows Detroit to get 9 runs and tie this game and I go into extra innings, I'll never play payoff pitch again. All right, I'm just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there. Because someone had that happen to them the other day. They were talking about a game. The team came back. Maybe it was Mike Canistrari. So if they come back, I'll never play this game again, and I'll just get rid of all my seasons. All right, so we have a patient 73, and that's a walk. Uh-oh. It's first and second, and there's nobody out in the 9th. Oil Can Boyd trying to get his shutout. Almost got kicked out of the game. And it's Glenn Wilson. A 5. In play 56. And this is hit into right field. So, if it's hit in the right field on an in play, the runner on second is a 7. Will automatically take the base. So our runner at second is Parrish. And his running is 4, so he will not go anywhere. So we're going to get the fly ball and the 1 out. All right, so Glenn Wilson is out. So now a double play ends the game. Double play ends the game. We have a 5. That's an in-play 5, and that's a double. And there goes the shutout. Deep drive off the wall, 2 bases. All right, so 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. So that does that. So Chet Lemon with a double will send a runner home, and now it's second and third, and now we can get rid of Oil Can Boyd. So we're going to put up the 1 here for Detroit. So they avoid the shutout here in the 9th. It's 9-1. So we have Lemon on second base. Oh, we have second and third. I'm sorry, second and third. Second and third. 1 in, though. We're going to give him one more batter. One more batter. And it's Brookins. And Brookins with a 9, an in-play 22. Ooh, and he popped it up. Ooh, a 21 would have been another single. But he popped it up to second base. And we have 2 away. And Boyd might get this done. He's not going to get the shutout, but he needs to get one more out before they get 8 more runs. Alan Trammell, 1 for 3 today. And we have a 5. That's an in-play 70, and it's a ground ball to second, and Remy will make the play, and that will do it. And that will end the game. So, fun times here in Boston as the Sox take a pair tonight. They will win this one 9-1. The first game was better. It was extra innings. That was fun. That was a good time. So, anyway, I think I'm going to get a jump out here. I was going to play some hockey tonight, but maybe I'll save that for the morning. A couple of long baseball games here tonight. It's made for a long stream, but this was fun. So, again, our final score in this one, it's Boston with a win over the Tigers in 1983, 9-1. So I want to thank everybody for coming by and joining me on my day. I'll come back to the, let me come back here and I'll just say hi here. Al, Red Sox fan, good seeing you today. That was a fun time. Oh, so the other house we went to, they had a dog too, and Big Dog, our dog Mim, whatever, she slept the whole way home. She was exhausted. And it was good that she got to get some sleep on the way home. But fun time today. Got to see Al. Got to see my other friends. I got 2 cakes today for my birthday. How many of you got 2 cakes on your birthday? I got 2 cakes today, right? That was awesome. So I had a fun time today. So I want to thank everybody for that. We played some APA tonight and we played some payoff pitch. And I like both of those games. They're like 1 and 1A for me. The APA Basic is really a fun game to play at night because it's when it's quiet at night. It's really fun. And it's simple. The payoff pitch is a little bit more involved, but I'm getting really good at it now. And I had a fun time with that. So, let me go back to the chat here. I missed a couple things. Let me just kind of take these away. I'm just kind of cleaning up the desktop here as I do. Maybe in the morning I'll do some hockey, a little Easter hockey in the morning. Let's see how it goes. All right, so I have Detroit, Bailey, and then all my guys here. And so we'll put the Tigers away, and we'll call it a day here from Studio B. Birthday bash. Thanks for coming by. I enjoyed seeing everybody here. Enjoyed seeing everybody in person today. If I talked to you in person, thank you so much. And if I saw you online tonight, thank you so much. Let me just get this stuff put away here. So that is that. All right. I'm just kind of cleaning up a little bit more here tonight. I'll do my hockey later. I didn't realize I'd be this long doing the baseball. Sometimes the baseball goes pretty quick, and sometimes I chat too much, and that is that. So we'll save the hockey for the morning. If I wake up, we'll see. And yes, I will thank you, Alan, so much. I'm going to try to enjoy the last little bit of the birthday here as I clean up. Oh, I missed a couple things here in the chat. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. That's terrible. He's up there in heaven riding his Harley. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Frank. It's always terrible to hear. That my friends I saw today, he's got Parkinson that I saw, and he was he just lost his brother, and so he was pretty bummed out. It's just, but he's hanging in there. I don't know how he's doing it. I couldn't do it, but he's hanging in there. This guy, and he cooked on the grill today and did it. It's like good for him. Thank you, so thank you, sir. For so much for doing what you do. So, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. And let me see here what else is going on in the chat. And Scott played a History Maker game. Cubs Expos 11-10. He scored 4 in the top of the ninth. Had to go ahead batting. Okay. Yeah, I know. I didn't have to worry about that tonight. I would have been pretty upset if they came back. Just for the the thing of it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to enjoy the rest of my night. I'm just gonna go upstairs and chill out. Thank you, Dave Little. Is another birthday guy. Dave Little's birthday too. So everybody wish Dave Little a happy birthday, okay? Because it's Dave's birthday too, and but Dave didn't get to hang out with Al Red Sox fan today, though. That's the thing. I partied like it was 1999 today. I really did. So I had fun hanging out with Al today. Hopefully Al will have an unboxing video with some things. We'll see how it goes. But all in all, today I had a really good time today. It was fun to take the day off from work and just drive around and see some people I haven't seen in a long time. So I had a good time with that. So anyway, all righty. I am Dave from Studio B. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight and spending some time with me. It was fun playing some games tonight, and hopefully we'll see you guys later. Have a good Easter tomorrow. I know we're having Easter here, so I'll try to squeeze in something in the morning. If not, if I have to help out around the house upstairs, I'm always going to get yelled at for something. Then do this, do that. What are you doing? Yeah, okay. It's what it is. So we'll do that. So maybe in the afternoon we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I still got to record a show with Jacket. We missed a couple of days this week. He got busy. I got busy. Things should be settling down now. As I say that, I took a week off, went to Connecticut, and I drove around today. So we'll get back to the recording and have some fun with that. So I'm Dave, Studio B. Thank you so much. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I'm going to go catch some hockey highlights, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.